At 3 o'clock, I'm Jonathan O'Brien with our top local story. Fill up your gas tanks now. Georgia's gas prices are expected to rise 33 cents when the state gas tax suspension ends at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. A spokesperson for Governor Kemp confirming to us this afternoon that the current extension will be allowed to expire as planned. Here in Metro Atlanta, AAA puts the gas price average at $3.88 a gallon, while the national average stands at $4.32. Correspondent Mary Bruce says that extra cost has been adding up for a lot of Americans.
Gas is up more than $1.30 since the war began. There's a new analysis from Moody's that says that the average American household is now paying $450 more in gas and energy since the war started. So the economic pain of this is real.
81 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta, partly cloudy with storms possible this evening. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. The head of Fulton County government applauds a federal judge's unsealing of a DOJ subpoena trying to dig into the personal data of election workers.
The Department of Justice is demanding the name, personal phone and email, home address, and more of every single person who worked for or volunteered in Fulton County elections in 2020. County Commission Chair Rob Pitts says unsealing this case is about transparency and the public interest.
We believe that all of this is a part of an orchestrated effort to harass us here in Fulton County, to intimidate us, and to chill really participation in the midterms, 2026, and more importantly, in 2028.
Pitts says they've got the best legal minds fighting this. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
An arrest has been made in connection with the death of James Connell, whose body was found inside a vacant Kroger store on Cobb Parkway last month. According to a warrant obtained by WSB, Micah D'Angelo Garner is accused of hiding Connell's body. The warrant says that because Connell's body was hidden, it was not discovered until more than 10 days after his death, and that has impacted their ability to investigate if he was unlawfully killed. Garner is locked up in the Cobb County Detention Center without bond. Fayette County investigators put out a warning to shoppers. Protect your plastic against credit card skimmers.
The Fayette County Sheriff's Office says 3 credit card skimming devices have been discovered in dollar stores across the county since February, and many more could be out there. Investigators believe the devices are targeting EBT card users and cards that require a magnetic strip instead of a chip or tap-to-pay technology. They say you can gently pull on the card reader or keyboard to see if any parts appear loose or tampered with. These skimming devices are looking to steal banking and card information. If you see a suspected skimming device, stop using it and call 911. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
A rabid raccoon has a dust-up with a dog in Gwinnett County.
The raccoon was acting oddly, attacked the dog. This was off of Biltmore Oaks Drive in Bethlehem, Georgia. Upon our arrival, we located the raccoon and 2 babies.
Katrina Hellman with Gwinnett County Animal Welfare says the dog is up to date on vaccinations and will be okay. Hellman cautions to avoid any wildlife behaving oddly, looking sluggish or disoriented. Rabies can be fatal once symptoms start to show. It's 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes, but first it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is watching the roads in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Already watching that Monday afternoon push into downtown right now. Jonathan, 85 southbound, slowing right around Georgia 400. You're going to stay on the brake lights, 75, 85 southbound as you head down toward I-20. 85 northbound, getting a tad bunched up as well out of DeKalb into Gwinnett from right around 285 up toward Jimmy Carter Boulevard. 75 southbound had an earlier stall right around South Marietta Parkway. That has since cleared. All lanes are open. It's a few brake lights in both directions between Marietta and Kennesaw. From the TrustDale.com Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy skies today with a high of 85. A line of heavy rain and thunderstorms will roll through later on this evening. Drying out for tonight, lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a few pop-up storms possible, high 82. Staying nice and dry on Wednesday with highs in the upper 70s.
80 degrees in Alpharetta, 83 in Griffin, and 81 in Midtown. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I'm your host, Eric Von Hessler. Had to catch up with that drop. I haven't done this in a week, I'll be a little rusty here and there. You gotta bear with me. But I'm not alone, of course. Surrounded by the Doctrinaires. Tim Andrews is here. Autumn Fisher is here. George Clark is here. Jared Yamamoto is here.
Did you have a good cake week?
Is that what? First of all, I didn't have a birthday week. It's just that my vacation coincided with the week that my birthday falls in.
Yeah, your cake week.
Convenient. Semantics, maybe?
No, it's not semantics because around my house, I wasn't celebrated for an entire week. I was celebrated for my birthday on Tuesday, which was my
Tuesday cake.
Usually I take it that week because you get an extra day because at Memorial Day we have off. But I came back. I could have come back tomorrow, but I came back today because I'm a good employee and I missed the show. And I've had a lot of sick days since January, so I try to not be a jerk about it. I get one more day off. I didn't want to be that guy.
And you take that on a Friday, not a Monday.
If you're thinking about it, you take it on a Friday before the whole thing begins. Because if there's anybody out there who misses you when you're away, they would assume that on Monday you're going to come back. And you don't want to double disappoint that person. So my week went by. It seemed like in a day. Because I'm old. And the older you get, the days seem shorter and the weeks seem shorter. I've dealt with this for a while. I know everybody does, but you have a week off. And you're like, at the beginning of it, you're like, man, nobody rules me. I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. The entire week. Nobody can say a damn thing about it.
It's my week.
It's my week. And the next thing you know, it's like Thursday. You're like, oh, this is like, well, just kind of like a normal
Only
thing.
3 more days. I'm gonna go back.
I'm better.
Oh my God.
I'm better about not making, turning it into a terrorizing situation. I'm already at Thursday. What have I done? I've wasted so much of the week. So many things I could have done on my vacation. That used to just drive me crazy. I don't do that anymore.
Did you have to start landing the plane on Thursday a little bit?
Oh, no. I didn't start landing the plane until about noon on Sunday.
Well done.
Well, my wife went out of town on Thursday because she had a 1-year-old's birthday party to attend in Florida. And
she flew to Florida.
Well, it's her sister's.
Right.
It's not her sister's 1-year-old. It's her sister's son's 1-year-old. And we have a large, like everybody, we have a large extended family. And the rule, by flying all the way to Spain for a couple of years ago for the wedding of one of the children of my wife's siblings, well, that kind of says now I have to go to every wedding. Like I'm in for every wedding, right? But with the extended family and people not living very close to each other, I'm not in for every birthday of every grandchild and grandnephew. And, I wish everyone the best. But I'm not traveling for every birthday. I have a wedding that I have to get on a plane for in August.
In this country?
In this country,
right.
But in California.
Oh, so not in this
about
country.
As far as
cool.
Cool,
California.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think of it that way. I just thought it's the longest that you can fly, pretty much, and stay in the continental U.S.
At least it's not in like Ohio. It's like what are you going to do in Ohio? You're going to go to the hotel, and then you're going to go to a wedding, and then you're going to get drunk, and then you're going to go home. But at least if you're in California, there's something.
You can do all that in California.
As somebody who spent in a day.
Yeah.
As somebody who went to kindergarten, first grade, and second grade in the state of Ohio, I have to say that I'm rather offended by this point of view.
Are you still there? Do you wish you lived there right now?
Okay, listen.
Okay.
I'm asking the question.
I rest my case.
It was like this every day when she's an inquisitor.
She just doesn't like any place but California, it seems. So I found out some things about myself. One is that, and I know this may rankle Autumn's feathers. And have you seen her feathers? They are really.
Yeah.
I don't want to rankle
they're coming
them.
in well, especially in the summer months.
Absolutely. The plumage is to die for.
You start growing them during perimenopause.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know the process.
Yeah, they start under the chin.
Yeah.
I just turned 62. I don't know how babies are made. So you don't want. Yeah, I have no idea. I just look and go, hey, nice plumage. And that's as far as I will say that. So
She can almost fly with them.
But I don't know that it's not something about her life or anything, but I think she'll disagree with me. But that's all right. I know this about myself, and I have to say it. I have gotten to the point where if any artist takes the time before anything starts to acknowledge the peoples who once owned the land that we're doing this on, click. Goodbye. It happened to me today.
I'm not bothered by that.
It happened to me today. And I don't know why I got in my algorithm. I think I've maybe, English Nick has talked about this band Amyl and the Sniffers. and one of their videos came up, and I'm like, oh, hey, English Nick likes this band. I'll watch this video. And it starts with their music, and you see the lead singer, but before she sings, there's this big thing that comes up. We would like to acknowledge the true owners of the land this video was made on. And I just left. Like, I had clicked on the video. I had heard good things about this band. I thought, okay, this looks interesting. She's wearing a winter coat and no pants. All right, this seems interesting. And as soon as I saw that, and I realized now, and there's a reason behind it. First of all, it's not like as if there's nothing to the sentiment. Sure, there's something to the sentiment, but it just lets people off the hook. It really is the new thoughts and prayers, right? It allows these artists to feel like they're doing something without having to do anything at all and still being able to reap every benefit and reward that is coming to them, whatever a band doing their video on this, whatever rewards come from that. You know, a lot of people see it, maybe more attendance at the next show. I don't know. Whatever the rewards are of making this video, that band still gets all of those rewards. And they feel guilty or something because their favorite sociology professor told them to feel guilty when they were in college. And so they want to feel like they're doing something about it. But just what exactly are they doing about it? In this video, I can't remember, so I can pull it up. They acknowledge a particular tribe.
Is this a live show at KEXP?
No, this is a video.
Music
it's a video of one song. I can't remember the name of the song. But what exactly does it do? Who gets helped? It's that Louis C.K. joke, which is so great that I will repeat it, but let you know it's a Louis C.K. joke. And I won't try to tell it's a joke, but basically the idea is that we're going to stop calling Jimmy the R word. And so they go and they tell Jimmy, hey, you're not the R word anymore. And Jimmy says, you mean I'm cured? And they say, no, you're exactly the same, but we feel better about ourselves.
yes, exactly, yes.
That's exactly what I think is going on here. And even further, because I had time to think about this, I just think when I hear it from now on, it is going to be a red flag to me that the person speaking to me is of non-intellect, does not have the ability to know how to think about things, but is one of these people who doesn't really know how to think about things or digest things or really have a personal philosophy, but really wants to do something important in the world. These are some of the most, I don't think Emil the Sniffers are dangerous, but if you follow it along, the people who really want to have an impact, but do not want to do the homework of the heavy reading and the studying and everything, that they want to have impact, can sometimes be the most dangerous people around. Now, I don't think that this band is dangerous. Don't get me wrong. But it's just that they just fall into, it's like, okay, maybe. And by the way, aren't they supposed to be like punk rock or something? Is that what punk rock does now?
Yeah, certainly close to it.
Bow down to those who ruled the land. And by the way, to look into it, I don't know who this tribe is.
Before we start playing as Ramones, you gotta acknowledge that the Dutch stole this land from people. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, do they look far like that tribe? I don't know who that tribe is that they're acknowledging.
They might have slaughtered another tribe.
They may have slaughtered it some 500 years ago or something. I don't know.
Australian, so maybe they're talking about the indigenous.
Oh, that is a little bit different.
Or the Aborigines.
Well, how is it different than the American Indians here?
I think it's very much the same.
Yeah.
I mean, they lived there. It was
I guess
like
it feels further away. So it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth of the matter is that when these things went down and people from from Europe and stuff started conquering these places, if you lived in these places, it would be like waking up one day and spaceships arrived. The technology is 9 billion times what you have. It was just like they had no ability, and it happened all over the world. But the truth also is that before the colonialists showed up, there were plenty of killing and back and forth and warring between tribes in Australia, in America.
We just got in on the fun, you know?
Huh?
We just got in on the fun.
And we showed up with spaceships.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, what happened? It would be it would be if you lived on the continental United States in 1590 or something, and these settlers started showing up in these huge ships, I mean, it really would be like spaceships landing in Atlanta. What, are we going to fight them? Are we going to win?
Throw everything we've got at them.
That's right. I mean, you better get Jeff Goldblum and his laptop.
You ever see Apocalypto?
Never seen Apocalypto.
The Mel Gibson film.
I know what it's about because I think is it about finding medicines in South America or something?
It's about Mexican, original tribes in Mexico, and they're doing human sacrifice. And this one guy is trying to get back to his family. He escapes and trying to get back to his family. There's just nonstop fighting, these warring clans, and they're fighting, and they get out on the beach. And they look out into the ocean, and the Spaniards are there with their ships. It's exactly what you're describing. They're all like,
there's absolutely, yeah. It's overwhelming. They have no Strait of Hormuz. They had no Strait of Hormuz. They had no geographical way of fighting like Iran does now. And that's another week. I got to say this, man. Having a week off and not paying any attention to the news. I literally did not look at the news until this morning at 8 o'clock, getting ready for this show.
Good for you.
Fantastic. And in the middle of it, like somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday, there was this thing in the back of my mind, like he could have done something really bad. You might want to know. I was like,
well, you're always watching YouTube, so I figured at some point the news videos would start populating on the side a little bit, and you would be curious enough to maybe click over there. But
you
good
don't
for
want
you
to
for
muck up your algo doing that.
No. Well, don't muck up the algo.
No.
Yeah. By the way, there are balms and treatments for that.
There are.
Well, Al is your friend. Algorithm.
He is.
You don't want to disrupt
He's your
him.
buddy.
Yeah, or else he will disrupt you.
Is this the 100th birthday of Marilyn Monroe?
It
or
sure
something?
is. Yes, we're celebrating.
Are you a big Marilyn Monroe fan, Autumn? Is she considered?
No, I love Some Like It Hot.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that movie. I got to give it another chance.
Because you're afraid of gender.
Is that what? Yes,
they look so feminine.
It's not the fact that thing between the gangsters and them that it looks completely ridiculous.
Well, yeah, it's fun. It's
unbuyable,
and it's too long.
It probably is.
It's perfect.
I don't know that I've made it to the end.
Oh,
I
great.
love the director. I love all the actors involved. The idea that this is the funniest movie ever made, which it was proclaimed at one point.
Oh.
This is the funniest movie ever made. It's just I don't watch that movie and just hysterically laugh.
Well, I don't know about that. I like it.
Yes.
I mean, it is up my alley. It does have cross-dressing in it. So
yes, it does, and cross-dressing
and a drunk Marilyn Monroe, which is fun.
Yeah. Marilyn Monroe,
for her, maybe.
Marilyn Monroe, she made her debut in that. Was it? I was going to say Viagra. I believe it's Niagara, but she kind of overacts in it. But there is this one movie, like I don't remember. I'm sure I've seen 7-Year Itch, and but I don't really remember it all that much. But there's the last movie she made, which I think is also the last movie that what's his face from Gone with the Wind,
Clark Gable.
Clark Gable made, called Misfits.
Is Tony Randall in that?
No, this is a great movie. This is a great movie. It's his last movie. It's her last movie, and I think it might be. I'm in trouble with names today. The
You know the guy.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean he's
From
very
that thing?
famous. He's the guy.
Montgomery Clift?
Yes, I think it might be.
I just pulled that out of my head.
It might not be his last movie, but he was.
Sounds right.
But he was.
No, he's in it. It's Marilyn Monroe, Montgomery Clift, Clark Gable, Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach is
who's
great.
a fantastic actor.
This movie, if you've never seen it, is just a fantastic movie, and she's great in it. And it's all about life itself, and meaning and what you do. And so I recommend that one. Most of the other stuff, I think that she kind of overacts in, very breathy.
I think people liked that, though. During that time, they liked that.
Yeah, because they didn't have the internet. So they had to get turned on any way they wanted. To say, hey, this is kind of, I'm not believing this character anymore, but it's turning me on. It's a win. But now we have the internet for those things, so we can expect our actors and actresses
Well, today
to properly act.
To celebrate her 100th birthday in Palm Springs, California, There are thousands of Maryland lookalikes
Who
that are
cares?
gathering there.
I
that
hate
are-
these stories.
They're trying to get the Guinness World Record for the most Marilyn
the
Monroe.
most Marilyn
We have
Monroe.
a package, though. We have a package here.
A new package.
Marilyn Monroe.
No, those days are gone
Yeah,
because CBS Radio is gone. We're now affiliates of the ABC radio network,
That's right.
so let's let it fly.
Born Norma Jean Mortensen, the LA native landed her breakout role in 1953's Niagara.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway?
Oh!
Isn't it delicious?
With now classic films like The 7-Year Itch.
I wanna be loved by you.
And over the weekend, a record-breaking 1,037 lookalikes
Who
gathered in
cares?
Palm Springs, dressed in her iconic
Who
getup
cares?
from 7-Year Itch.
You say 100 years. I feel like she never left us.
It
Well, she
appears
did.
this 100-year itch will never be scratched.
Can
I feel like she never left us.
Can I add one thing?
RFKJR.
I was reading my father's journals.
Oh,
And
no.
believe me, you'd love to see the pictures in there. So I had Cheryl dressed up as Marilyn Monroe, and I was juggling rattlesnakes. Did you see the picture of him picking up the?
No, there's too many pictures of too many things with this administration. Did you see the 17?
No, he's at his house. Because you were here when he found the 2 racer snakes, right? With Dr. Oz, we were talking about that.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
So he goes, they're fine, and they're biting him. He's like, oh, it's all right, Cheryl. So then he starts posting on his Instagram feed.
Bobby, stop.
Some old lady comes, there's a rattlesnake, and I'll get it. And he picks up the rattlesnake, and he's holding it in his hand, and his wife's freaking out. Now he's sharing photos of when he was a little kid. Here's one I caught when I was 10.
Look, this dude has had a very strange obsession
With snakes?
Well, more than that. Just
animals.
the bear. He cut the
Raccoon wieners.
Yeah, he's got the raccoon wiener. He cut the whale's head off. He left the dead bear in Central Park.
Right.
I have none of these things on my resume. He has them all on his. So you can't just be, just certain luck. You know?
PETA needs to investigate this guy.
Yes.
They need to go after him with everything that he does with
He
animals.
doesn't harm
All right,
them.
hold
He
on. Are you
picks
talking
this-
about the next president of the United States?
RFKJR.
RFKJR?
I'll do my best to disband PETA because they're activists. They don't care about the animals. People need to eat, but snakes, I don't hurt them. I just pick them up. It's a timber. Here, you want to hold it?
I don't want to hold a snake. And you know what? No snake wants to be held by a person. So I think the snake and I,
My boa constrictor loves me.
in agreement. Didn't Trump on Saturday going into Sunday, was it? Or was it Sunday going into today? I don't know. Went on something like a 54 truth socials between like 11:30 and 3 in
52
the
posts in 6 hours.
When, yesterday or was it Saturday?
This was Saturday into Sunday morning. Ossoff actually had a rally with Keisha Lance Bottoms yesterday at the Tabernacle and brought that up.
Now, he can't believe it. By the way, I listened to this. You've never heard confidence in this guy's voice like this before. He cannot believe the way that the cards just fell. He was
Seriously.
considered the easiest win. I think it was like a year and a half ago. He was considered the easiest win for Republicans. And now it's more than a long shot. And you could, because I've always done, hi, I'm John Ossoff, and I sound a little bit like a white Barack Obama, and that's me. But now you could really see that, like, he's had the job for, did he get an intermediate one? How many years has he been there?
I think he's been there.
Because they both went in at the same time, but
Yeah.
one was, no, he's been there 6. It was
Yeah.
Warnock that had to rerun again. So you can just hear him now with this newfound confidence because he just cannot believe the way the Republicans have shot themselves in the foot.
Donald spent Saturday complaining on the internet. Listen to this. 6 hours, 52 posts. The president attacked the Pope. He posted his own face on Mount Rushmore and a made-up Trump Peace Prize.
Well,
He
of
announced
course.
3 times America's back, and he assured an increasingly concerned public he's in excellent health.
I'm great. Look at me. I'm fine.
Oh, then so
I just had my physical.
you know what's not good health is 54 post. in 6 hours when you're the president of the United States.
Why not?
You
I'm
should either
speaking
be
directly to the people.
You should either have presidential business to do, or maybe get a little shut eye.
Well, I get
by the
plenty
way,
of that
you're not
in a
supposed to.
meeting.
You're not supposed to get shut eye during the meeting. You're supposed to do it between like midnight and 7 in the morning.
I have a lot of things I need to say. It's very important that I get these things out. The media, they will lie, and I speak directly to the people. You know that.
Can you believe that? The media lies so much, they say you're having trouble with the Iranians.
We're doing fine.
You're winning that one like crazy,
well,
right?
We've already won. It's just no one told the IRGC.
So you just got to get the word.
Nobody told them. I've been talking to this great, beautiful president they have, and he's thinking about resigning because we know who really runs the show.
Yeah. The IRGC.
The IRGC. We're going to erase them, the stupid losers of the IRGC. Jerks, losers.
We're at a point right now with this Iran thing where, and I'm not even whatever it is, this war thing.
Excursion.
We've got going on with Iran where there's how do we make the Iranians fold? They've got the Strait of Hormuz. It's all they need. It's all they need, unless we're just going to do something completely outrageous and, wipe out a country of 90 million, which we're not going to do. So we're really, on this, we're going to be celebrating the 250th. Believe me, we're just a few weeks from opening this thing up. We are going to be in the middle of the biggest foreign excursion.
Excursion's good. I like that one a lot.
Humiliation since Vietnam. Vietnam, we wrapped up and we got out of there in 1974, so that by the bicentennial, we were free and clear. This guy has walked us into the most humiliating military excursion we've ever, and it's going to be right there in the middle of the two. You know what? I love this country. On July 4th, I'm going to say, man, I love this country. It's fantastic. But out there celebrating America 250 with the people behind America 250, no thanks. I actually love my country. I'm not a plastic patriot.
Get any size air conditioner for $69.99 a month, 0 down, an unbeatable lifetime warranty, and ask about clean air upgrades. Visit reliableair.com to book your free estimate today.
Cancer. One small cell can change everything. Beating it takes something big. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built for it. Built for breakthroughs, pioneering clinical research, treatment, and surgical innovation, with the most cancer centers and board-certified oncologists in Georgia. We're built around you, with personalized care from screening through survival. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer.
How many times has saving a few bucks actually cost you a fortune? Your garage door starts squeaking and you think, maybe I'll just lube that up myself. I'm pretty handy. You get out your trusty spray can and you give it a good squirt. Next time you open the door, your little puddle of chemical goodness goes up over the car and drips onto your paint. That eats through the clear coat, and now you're spending $1,000 to get the whole top of the car repainted. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians service your door with dedicated garage door track and wheel lubricant. Greases the wheels, doesn't drip on your paint job. Don't underestimate having your garage door looked at by a professional. Service a couple of thousand garage doors and you'll learn a thing or two about doing it right. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage. We'll tell the missus you helped out, so you still get credit for being handy.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Kick off the summer stress-free and sell your home with the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all of the hassle. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. In a shifting market, selling your home shouldn't add more stress. With over 13,000 five-star reviews, you can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home quickly and for top dollar. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That is markspain.com and start packing.
Georgia Power is here to help businesses save with quick efficiency tips, like converting exit signs and other lights to LEDs and scheduling yearly building inspections now so you can find ways to save right away. We're here for you so you can be there for your community. Visit georgiapower.com to get started.
It's Eric. I had a house that was built in the 40s, and all the settling over time, the foundation, it started cracking. We could see the cracks of the walls. The doors started sticking. We knew there was a problem. Took us a long time to find someone to help us. Well, you don't need to take a long time. Go to Engineered Solutions of Georgia. They're the only foundation repair company in the entire state of Georgia with a team of licensed engineers on staff giving you the highest quality work for your home from the start.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 3:30. I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news brought to you by Vincent Financial. Our top local story. Governor Kemp will not issue another extension of the current state gas tax suspension. A spokesman for the governor confirming today that the decision not to extend the suspension comes as oil prices hold relatively steady. The suspension is saving drivers about 33 cents a gallon at the pump. AAA puts Metro Atlanta's current gas price average at $3.88 for regular. The state gas tax has been suspended since late March. It will end tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Iran says it is backing out of negotiations with the U.S. after Central Command conducted another round of strikes on targets in Iran over the weekend. Retired General Wesley Clark says Iran thinks it has the advantage in the battle over the Strait of Hormuz.
So the actions of the United States in there to pry open the strait are absolutely critical to getting the right kind of peace agreement eventually.
On Truth Social, President Trump says that peace talks with Iran are moving forward at a rapid pace. Despite these words from Tehran, the conflict is now moving into its 13th week. A federal judge has granted Fulton County's motion to unseal the Justice Department's case against the county, which aims to collect the personal information of every person who worked the polls during the 2020 election. County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts believes this whole case is unsettling.
I think this all was designed to harass us, to intimidate the workers, and then to put a chilling effect on them, meaning to discourage them from wanting to work as poll workers and even for voters to go to the polls.
He hopes the release will lead to more transparency in this case. All the wet weather we've had will mean more mosquitoes. Elmer Gray, public health specialist with the University of Georgia, says expect to see more.
They're highly adaptive. They're gonna be around. The more water, the more moisture we have, the more larval habitats there are, the larger the population.
He says make sure you get rid of standing water around your house and wear insect repellent that contains DEET. Mosquitoes carry viruses like West Nile, and they can also cause problems for your pets, like heartworms. It's 3:32. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Jonathan. Slow in Henry County out of Locust Grove up into McDonough. I had some earlier trouble that was in the right lane, 75 north at Highway 155. Delays are going to stay with you up to about Jonesboro Road, exit 221. And then on the 85 southbound ride on the south side, just some moderate volume between Union City and Fairburn. 285 east and southbound, those delays are starting to pick up as well between Dorville and Tucker, leaving Beaufort Highway down to La Vista Road. The outer loop on the west side, 285 southbound, I'm seeing that slow down from just below South Cobb Drive down to I-20, the West Freeway. From the TrustDale.com Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with a high of 85, tracking a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into the evening hours. Some of these storms could produce an isolated damaging wind gust as well as torrential downpours. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, high 82. Staying dry for the rest of this week.
81 degrees in Johns Creek, 82 in South Fulton, and 81 in Midtown. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Summer is peak hosting season, right? Don't let a grimy house keep you from having company over. It's Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash got my place clean and bright and guest ready in just one day. They handled everything, house and deck, driveway, even my dirty roof, and their soft wash kept everything safe. No paint peel, no damage, just clean. If you got people coming over this summer, be sure Wise Guys Pro Wash comes by first. Mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off at wiseguysprowash.com. Book now before they fill up.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spring cleaning, spring green up, and how about a spruce up to your home's paint? Ashley Frasca for Certa Pro Painters. I've trusted their team painting inside my home, and they also bring fresh color to your home's exterior. Their free estimates are detailed, easy to understand, and you get a quote right away. Be proud of your home. Trust the team I trust for the best painting in Atlanta. Schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each Certa Pro Painter's business is independently owned and operated.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
What?
Yeah, the Rams just got Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns.
He just signed a $40 million contract with them, I believe, at this time last year with Cleveland.
Yeah, he's now a Ram. They're going for it all.
Remember when your team signed a guy for $40 million and you just kind of knew for a fact that guy was going to be on your team for a few years?
Yeah, those were the old days.
But, I mean, where do the Rams get this money from?
I have no
They
idea.
borrowed it from the Dodgers?
Yeah, seriously.
That's insane. Well, they got a stock. They got a stocked, however you want to look at it.
Jared Verse from the Rams will go to the Browns
He's a good player.
and multiple draft picks. But I mean, the Rams are doing the same thing they did a couple of years ago. They're trying to go for a Super Bowl now.
Didn't they up their they upped their corners too? Well, it's not a sports show, but
huge.
Well,
deal,
look, Matthew
They
Stafford.
sharpened their corners?
Yes.
Yes, it's very important. Well, Matthew Stafford, go Dogs. He got the MVP last year. I think he's 37. He's going to be 38. They've got I guess they're just thinking, let's go get it. They got close. Didn't they get to the championship game last year?
They sure did.
So I guess it's worth it. But Cleveland, they got to have, being a Browns fan just has to be tough.
Would you rather never be in the hunt or be in the hunt and never make it?
I don't know what's worse. Being a Bills fan and a Falcons fan, having been to the dance and just not being able to get it done. Now between my two favorite teams, 6 times. 6 times in my life, one of my two favorite teams have been in the Super Bowl, and they've lost every single one of them. So I don't know what's worse. Is it worse to be where the Jets fans have been since 1970?
You know, it'd be worse if the Browns end up winning before either the Falcons or the Bills.
Don't say that.
Well, I'm not
These
worried
things
about
do
it,
happen. These things do happen. Sam Darnold has a Super Bowl ring.
At least they've won before.
He's considered, but I'm just saying he is considered a total bust from the same draft that gave us Josh Allen and Lamar. I mean, Lamar Jackson. I mean, I always almost say Lamar Alexander. Lamar Jackson. And, so crazy things happen. So it could happen. Cleveland could use this stuff, get its act together, go win a Super Bowl in 3 years. And then that's it.
Did they still
I'll
have Deshaun?
tell you this right now. I have many great friends who are Cleveland Browns fans, but that's it. If the Browns get a Super Bowl ring before the Bills, I'm out.
Do they still have
I am out.
Deshaun Watson, or is he gone?
No, he's there. He's probably going to start this year.
Oh, okay.
I think they got like 17. Didn't they? Now, see, you've dragged me down into being a sports show.
We can talk about it for a
while.
while.
It's Autumn's fault. Autumn brought us here.
I know. She always does.
Corners.
Hey, we talked about the World Cup last week for 10 seconds.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, it's now people are worried about Ebola. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Is there not enough to worry about now with, what is it, starting 2 weeks, the World Cup?
It's less than 2 weeks.
Okay,
I think
so
it's like 9 days.
The foreigners who don't hate us will be heading this way for the World Cup. And now I'm starting to read all these stories like, well, there's like 200 Ebola cases, and, some of these teams are coming from Africa and places like that where it's shown up. I was just thinking to myself, well, I'm not going to a game anyway.
Your neighbor might, though.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't do much talking over the fence.
All right.
I give everybody, this is my policy on the cul-de-sac. Any neighbor that goes to see a World Cup game, World Cup, is that what it's called? Is that close?
Match.
A World Cup match. That's 14 days when they get back to the neighborhood before I get within 60 feet of them. you got to have that time. I got to know. I got to see if your nose is running. So, if you're,
or if your pores are bleeding.
Yeah, after 14 days, if your
Why
pores
are we
are
letting
bleeding.
them come? Why are we letting
You're
them
the president.
I can't. I tried. They won't let me.
What do you mean? You're all in love with this World Cup nonsense.
I tried to ban it from China when the China virus was going around.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi. Oh my God.
All right, will you stop talking about the past? Apparently,
cannot do that.
22 of I don't know, 20 of these
52 posts.
52 posts were about Biden and the 2020 election. This is like the guy who he used to show up at your dinner parties, and he was loud and abrasive, but funny, obnoxious, but yeah, it's great to have at the party. The guy will say anything. And now it's just the greatest hits over and over. Yeah, I guess.
Old men just repeat the same thing over and over.
But if I was an old man and I genuinely thought that I lost an election because it was rigged, and then I came back and won the next election, I think I'd go, I win.
I showed them. It's all me. I showed them. I won.
Okay, now I don't have to now dig into the granular, get every. It's like I would go, hey, they tried to screw me and I won, and that's a good thing. Now about the country, something along those lines. But it's a ridiculous thing that he even still does. He really believe it's true? I guess he does. I don't know.
We had friends and family over for dinner last night, and we were like, thank goodness he doesn't drink. Imagine with all these posts if this guy were an alcoholic.
Well,
if he
drank. He's a dry drunk, probably.
He's a dry drunk.
I've had enough of you guys. When I said, oh, sure, I'll just take it and run.
That's the end of another civilization.
I would bomb the hell out of everybody.
Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, her father was an alcoholic, a very famous alcoholic. Although he was famous and I knew him, I didn't know he was an alcoholic.
A famous alcoholic.
Well, he was not famous for being an alcoholic.
Yeah. It just sounds
But
like that.
who was the guy with John Madden?
Pat Summerall.
Pat Summerall's her dad.
Thank you, Pat.
Great voice. And so he was an alcoholic, and Susie Wiles has said, I think in Vanity Fair or something, that Trump has the personality of an alcoholic. He just doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Which is not, this is one of your closest confidants saying that.
I can drive. I'm fine. Out here, but to drive. It's just, no, I'm good. I'm all right.
Give it to me.
Give me my keys.
So I don't. What in the world is going on with this country? I guess they're building the UFC. Do you call it a ring?
I think it's an
octagon.
Arena. Yeah.
Is it an octagon or is that
it's like
UFC?
It's like a big stage with like a giant arch.
But I
with
believe
like
it's a
lighting
ring.
rig.
Well, but it's going to be like a UFC ring.
It's an octagon.
Octagon.
But it's still a fighting ring.
Right.
Oh, okay.
The cage. This is and this is going to be the great moment. The cage. Is it like wrestling with a cage match?
You know what they should
That's
do?
what they
is just
should have.
Make them happen. Make them like wrestle around in the rubble of the whichever wing he took out.
The East Wing.
Yeah.
And then
they get like nails in their feet and stuff. And they have to keep going. They can pick up boards.
That's WWE, but yeah.
You want to come out alive.
Didn't he take the? I've just got to the point now. I'm just like, do you see what this guy did? I'm like Jay Leno in the '90s. Hey, Kev, you see this? You see what Trump did? That's like I don't really have a lot of anger. It's just, hey, did you see this? Did you see this nonsense or that thing?
Rogan was talking about it, but
Rogan supposedly is going to be hired by CBS to go on 60 Minutes.
he's going to be there. Oh, he's going to be a 60 Minutes correspondent?
That's what they're talking about. They've basically destroyed CBS since Barry Weiss was installed.
I have a lot of friends. I like going to the post office.
And I say, you know what? Go for it, because I'm going to say something that I'm not trying to start any. I'm not one of these. I don't believe in dissing and all that. I think that the Joe Rogan numbers are inflated.
You do?
I don't think that 11 million people listen to 3.5 hours of this 3 times a week. I don't. And I'm just going to use my own judgment. Some of these guests are boring. Some of them are friends that he's had on 100 times. Being stoned while you do something is not a great idea. Like if you do it once or twice as a kind of a novelty thing, but sometimes it takes Rogan 20 minutes to get to the first real question. And he's just blazed.
Sometimes,
not always. But it seems to me that he's lost interest in that. Maybe I'm.
Well, the most recent.
He really wants to talk to this archaeologist for 3 hours.
You know, the most recent episode that I watched was Harland Williams because I love Harland. And the
So
last
do
time
I.
he was on, he trolled the hell out of
I
Joe,
know.
and Joe was annoyed. This time, I think Joe was high because he was laughing the whole time.
Yes, he was high. I saw a little clip from that.
And I thought it was great. And Harland was doing all of his Harland things.
I know, but he gets too weird. It's
He's
like,
too weird for Joe.
I don't. Yeah, that's the problem. He's not too weird for me.
Right.
But he's too weird for Joe, and I find it uncomfortable to watch them together.
But the first
You
one,
know?
the one from last year, I felt uncomfortable the whole time. This one I actually laughed because Rogan was laughing.
Yeah, and I think Rogan is just choosing to laugh when he doesn't understand. You're not going to tell me he just suddenly gets it. But he's been
Yeah.
around comedy long enough that he just wasn't seeing the punchlines before, and he's been around comedy long enough that when he chooses to, he can see comic timing or punchlines and that sort of thing. And I think, like, I saw, it's just like, I don't know that he really got it.
Yeah, I had that feeling.
There are times when Harlan, I don't even know if I get it.
You don't, though, but it's funny. But can I say something on the flip side of that?
He's brilliant. Don't get me wrong.
On the flip side of that, I'm going through my algorithm and I see this, the thumbnail, and this is how a news guy goes from having to live in this space. It's Tucker Carlson interviewing a guy about giants and Sasquatch.
Once you get in there,
you have to.
You are committed to Bigfoot, aliens, and the tall whites.
Yes.
Hey, you know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our triple team traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is at 5. WSB's A Grand for Gas. From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
We are here with CFP and investment advisor Aaron Vincent of the Vincent Financial Group and host of Retire ATL every weekend right here. Get more at retireatlradio.com. And Aaron, there are some adults that work with the big box firms and they think to themselves, I feel like some of my needs aren't being met or there are opportunities that they could be missing. So what would you tell that person that's thinking about getting that second opinion, thinking about making the call, but they just haven't yet?
Mark, what I would say to that person who thought about it or wanted to last year but didn't is why? Why didn't you? Let's get real here. Whether you're in your car driving or you're at your office, however you're listening to this, take a second or write this down or make a mental note. Why didn't you execute on that thought? That thought that you had, that feeling that you had about getting a second opinion, you didn't follow up with that. What's the reason? A lot of times we find people are intimidated by, I don't want to be transparent. I feel like if I admit where I'm at, I'm admitting failure or something along those lines. And let me just make the bridge to you right now. We aren't going to judge you if you wish you were at X, but you're only at Y. There's no shame in saying, I'm not where I want to be and I want to get there. That should be applauded. If anything, you're going to get applause from us because it's like the human condition, right? Life on earth, to raise your hand and say, I need some help. I'd like to get this thing shored up and I'm willing to tell you the truth about where I'm at to get there. That takes courage. It takes some guts. I respect that regardless of where you are, to say I'm willing to open myself up to that sort of conversation. That should be applauded.
To receive a personalized second opinion of your financial future from the team at the Vincent Financial Group, we invite you to call today, 770-280-1488. That's 770-280-1488 or online at retireatlradio.com. And join us for Retire ATL every weekend right here. And it's all powered by the Vincent Financial Group.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
There isn't a room in your house that doesn't need to be organized. Dave Baker here for Artisan Custom Closets. Look around. The master closet, you still have wire racks. The pantry, there's graham crackers in the middle shelf from 2012. Your mud room, why can you only find 3 dirty shoes in there? 3! Your garage? Please. That can all be fixed, though. Simply schedule a free design consultation today with a certified master designer at artisancustomclosets.com. Get organized and reward yourself with affordable luxury.
Cancer. One small cell can change everything. Beating it takes something big. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute is built for it. Built for breakthroughs, pioneering clinical research, treatment, and surgical innovation. With the most cancer centers and board-certified oncologists in Georgia. We're built around you, with personalized care from screening through survival. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, built to beat cancer.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
I misunderstood. I thought he was saying put in micro. No, there's no micro. He needs a macro version of micro. Of course, also on Friday, as I was luxuriating in my week off, the new Paul McCartney album dropped. And I'm just so confused. I don't know where I am.
Autumn loves it.
I'm mixed right now. But I'm just confused about a few things. I'm surprised that Autumn loves it. Actually, I was going to say, even
I was
if I
being
like,
facetious.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he was joking.
Okay,
I haven't listened to it.
You know, it's. I can't figure. It's trying to do something very big, and I cannot decide whether it gets it done. Which means it doesn't overwhelmingly get it done, because although sometimes, excuse me, you have to listen to albums a few times, which I've only listened to this one like 3 times. I'll say this. I can't figure out if it's overproduced. And then if it is overproduced, I can't blame the producer, because, you got to deal with his voice. So how do you deal with it without overproducing it, right? But the truth is, they've kind of dealt with his voice in a very kind of good way, which is there are filters and things like that, but not filters that he hasn't used throughout his career, like the telephone filter and things like that. So it's working inside of the stuff. He's always been experimental. And it does seem like maybe they're trying to be a little too much in this, maybe to cover the voice, but they kind of like, he puts McCartney's voice in a bubble, and then he just kind of places it where it needs to be in a song. And for the most part, he does a really good job. One of my favorite songs on there is called Down South. It's a great song about him and George Harrison going hitchhiking long before they were famous or whatever. Really, and it's just him and an acoustic guitar. There's not a whole lot going on. It's just, so there's a way to produce this with the voice and everything. The first song and the last song are so weird. I'm sorry, I picked up a little cold on my luxuriating.
Not hantavirus, is it?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But you'll find out soon.
All right.
Hantavirus wasn't big enough. That's why Ebola started to
That's
get
right.
big,
That's right.
get
Yeah,
bigger.
it might be Ebola, though. It's a possibility. I don't know. We'll all know in a couple of days.
Yes.
But the first song and the last song on the album are so odd. The first song, first of all, I don't care. I want to put this message out to older people who are still writing rock and roll songs. If you still got it, you've got it. I will say this. I'm amazed that he can still write these songs with these melodies and all that. But to all older people, because this has happened with the Stones and some others, it's never not creepy to hear an old man sing about sex. It's never not creepy. It is a young person.
What did he say?
It's the opening song.
Bend over.
So the old
I want to get in you, baby.
No, remember when he did the FU song from what was it called? Egypt Station.
Yes.
It was FUH, and it was supposed to be a word play. I want to do it for you, but he would say it with the FUH. That was like cringy at the time. But this opening song, at first he starts the album out by talking. And it's very weird because I think he appears.
I'm going to sing about my wiener.
It still works,
The song appears to be about being like a teenager, and there's a girl that you like, And so he's going by her house, and he's wondering if she's thinking about him. But it's called As You Lie There. So we're listening to an 83-year-old man.
I'd like to wear your skin.
He's speaking as maybe a 13 or 14-year-old kid, basically asking, are you pleasuring yourself to me? This is what I'm getting. As you lie there, are you thinking that? As you lie there, are you thinking? And it's just,
do you have a love sense?
There's no. And then on top of it, it seems like it's trying to be 3 different songs, production-wise. I don't. But maybe it's something like the 7th time I hear it, it all clicks. I got to hold that for that song in particular. And then the last song, maybe I just don't understand it. It's so heartfelt. And he's singing, she loves him with her heart and soul and all this. But he appears to be singing about a woman who is completely and totally devotedly in love with a guy who is a complete and total a-hole. This is all I can get. Oh, you got him speaking? Go back a little bit. You're not 14.
Oh.
Creepy.
I'd look up at your window. The light was on. I saw your silhouette on the blind.
My hands in my pants.
Do you think of me? Do I ever cross your mind?
She's dead now. You outlived her.
Good.
Do I ever cross your mind?
Then all of a sudden, production. Boom. Oh, no, I thought it happened here. Look, this is nice, right?
Are you still disintegrating in the Thames?
Isn't there a song, a Beatles song that's like...
Maybe.
Oh, it's from Beatles for Sale, where he's talking about like
Here, stop for
a window.
Stop
It's
for
like
1 second. Now watch the production change. Now this is what's good about it. The producer remembered he's more than a voice.
Yeah.
That's why it goes back. It reminds me of like Back to the Egg, some Ram. Now listen to the voice here. But ultimately, all right, you can pull it down. Ultimately, you can't get around the fact that it's an 83-year-old man wondering if a teenage girl is thinking about him. I know you're singing about yourself when you were younger. All right, we got a break, and that's the end of the music reviews and the sports reviews. But we'll talk about something when we get back.
Let's talk termite bond renewal notice. You're going to pay more unless you got Breda and your termite rate is locked in for 10 years. Dave Baker with Matt Breda from Breda Pest Management. Matt, why do your competitors up their price every single year?
Because it boosts their profits. But homeowners should not have to renegotiate to avoid a price increase.
Agreed. So how does Breda do it?
Easy. When you switch your termite protection to Breda, your termite rate is locked in for 10 years. It's the ultimate peace of mind.
Nobody else offers that.
And they stopped inspecting for termites inside. That's where termites are most destructive. Only Breda inspects inside with advanced technology for early detection.
And your termite rate is locked in for 10 years. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. See them on the web at bredapest.com.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's Eric. I had a house that was built in the 40s, and all the settling over time, the foundation, it started cracking. We could see the cracks in the walls. The doors started sticking. We knew there was a problem. Took us a long time to find someone to help us. Well, you don't need to take a long time. Go to Engineered Solutions of Georgia. They're the only foundation repair company in the entire state of Georgia with a team of licensed engineers on staff giving you the highest quality work for your home from the start.
Dial 678 ESOG now.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news brought to you by QC Kinetics. Our top local story, get ready to pay more at the pump. Governor Kemp's office says he is allowing the suspension of the state's gas tax to expire at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. Now, the suspension has been in place since March, and it's been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon at the pump. Currently, AAA puts Metro Atlanta's gas price average at $3.88 a gallon. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says prices are fluctuating as markets respond to developments in the Middle East.
We did see a big drop in prices as markets anticipated a deal, but we haven't gotten it yet. And now with escalations, basically all of what motorists are seeing at the pump in terms of directional changes is all fueled by what's happening in the Middle East.
And President Trump says talks with Iran are still moving forward despite Iran's announcement today that they have stepped away from the negotiating table. White House correspondent Karen Travers is following.
I do think we need to caution here that the president in the past has also put out messages like this when we've seen oil prices spike on news that the talks were not going well, potentially as a way to try to throw some optimism in the conversation. But for now, the president says they're on. The Iranians have said they're off.
The conflict is now entering its 14th week. 83 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta, partly cloudy with storms possible this evening. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. We're hearing from Fulton County's top lawmaker today after a judge agrees to unseal its case over the Justice Department demanding election workers' private information.
The Justice Department is demanding the identity, address, personal contact data, and more about every person who assisted with the 2020 general election in Fulton County. Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts calls it unsettling.
If they are afraid to work, if they're afraid to vote, that diminishes the turnout and it helps others. And so we're going to fight against that. And we're going to fight with everything we have to protect their personal information.
Pitts says it's critically important the public can follow this along.
And we'll take this little victory for what it is, a small victory.
Both sides are filing legal arguments in the coming weeks. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Police have made an arrest after a body was found at a vacant Kroger on Cobb Parkway last month. Micah D'Angelo Garner is charged with concealing the death of James Connell and giving false information to police. An arrest warrant shows investigators believe Connell was killed nearly 2 weeks before his body was found, and that delay hindered the investigation. Garner remains in the Cobb County Jail without bond. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office warns 3 credit card skimming devices have been discovered in dollar stores across the county since February, and many more could be out there.
Investigators say these card skimming devices are looking to steal shoppers' banking and card info. They appear to be targeting EBT cards and those that require a magnetic strip rather than tap-to-pay or chip technology. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office warns residents to be vigilant by checking for damaged keyboards and card readers. You can also gently tug on the card reader to see if it seems loose. Call 911 if you suspect the reader has been tampered with, and don't use it. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
A raccoon tests positive for rabies in Gwinnett County. Animal Welfare Division Director Katrina Hellman says it was near Biltmore Oaks Drive in Bethlehem.
It appeared that the dog had gone out in the backyard and the raccoon had attacked it. It's a very odd situation to happen. There was babies that were present, so not initially like right off the bat rabid raccoon, but it was acting odd and it did stay in the area.
Hellman says the dog is vaccinated and safe. Rabies is transmitted through saliva and is also seen in foxes and bats here in Georgia. And speaking of animal bites, June is the start of the annual Dog Bite Awareness campaign from the Postal Service.
It's no joke. Last year, a postal employee suffered more than 5,200 dog attacks.
California with the most on carriers, averaging well over one a day. Dog owners, you're urged not to open the door for your carrier unless your pet is in a separate closed room.
Wayne Cabot reports if a carrier feels threatened by a dog, you may be asked to pick up your mail at the post office. It's 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes, but first it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Jonathan, we already got trouble for the afternoon heading out of downtown through West Atlanta. I see it on the jam cam. Left lane crash, 20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53. Already slow back toward Lowry Boulevard. Once you get outside the perimeter, really not too bad as you head into Cobb and Lithia Springs. In DeKalb County, 20 eastbound, brake lights through the work zone, Wesley Chapa to Panola Road. And on Highway 78 eastbound, they just cleared up a stall just past Mountain Industrial Boulevard, so everything is moving just fine heading out to Stone Mountain. 85 northbound, that volume's filling in out of DeKalb and Gwinnett from I-285 up toward Indian Trail Road. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy skies today with a high of 85. A line of heavy rain and thunderstorms will roll through later on this evening. Drying out for tonight, lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a few pop-up storms possible, high 82. Staying nice and dry on Wednesday with highs in the upper 70s.
81 degrees in Sandy Springs, 82 in Union City, and 83 here in Midtown. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. One more thing on the new Paul McCartney album. I don't know if I'm gonna end up loving this song or if it's the cringiest thing in the world. But there's a psychedelic tripping song on there, and it just seems a little forced. This 83-year-old man talking about everybody's tripping.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's flipping out.
I'm tripping balls right now.
Are you tripping right now?
You know, you take the little bit of the Coumadin, right? That's for that's for your cholesterol. And Zalaxor. Crunch up a Viagra, take some, MDMA, put that all together in a capsule. You take it, and then you got this great. You're up, you're down, you're in, you're out.
You're all over.
You're all over the place.
Yeah, and the thing is,
you can't do the acid, man. 8 hours is a long time for an 80-year-old.
Well, he sounds like he at one point he says that magic mushrooms are talking to us.
Well, they do. They're alive, right?
Oh,
come on. They're connected to the,
It's
the
got
realm.
a Sid and Marty Krofft kind of feel to it more than a magical mystery tour.
Without the Beatles, there wouldn't have been a Sid and Marty Krofft, And by the way, I love that show,
Okay, yes, I know.
Great space for, Jim Neighbors and whatnot.
Paul, are you trying to be relatable?
To Gen X,
Well, I don't know who's doing LSD.
Yeah, who is? I guess he's saying magic mushrooms, which are
some mushrooms.
becoming legalized in some places.
We used to go out to pasture when we recorded Ram, and the Rams would go number 2 in the field. The next morning, if it was a nice rain, you'd wake up, go pick them right off the paddy, drop them right
off
down.
you go.
Yeah, la.
And who cares about the two kids? They'll take care
We
of
have
themselves.
nannies for that,
Oh, okay. All right. You don't have to worry about it. It's not that. People can check it out. It's called Mountaintop. Like, I don't know. I've heard it a few times. I'm like, and the production is way psychedelic. And it just, I don't know. Is it cool? Is it cringe? Is it forced? I'm still digesting all of this. And I'm sure boring the hell out of you. But that's my job, isn't it? Are we supposed to bore the audience? Is that what
Yes, exactly. We're supposed to scare them away.
Did I get that wrong? Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, that's what we did all last week.
Oh, I heard you
That
did
is
fine.
not true. We killed it last
Yeah.
week.
But are you kidding me? Ken called me and said, hey, if you want another couple of days off, take it.
He's like, please,
Yeah, so
stay
it's-
away.
Things
With your Ebola, please don't come in.
And by the way, Autumn, after the birthday gift, you can make more fun of me now because outside with my pool and my hot tub, I now have a large outdoor TV. So go at me.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You needed that, though.
I didn't need it, but I'll take it.
Yeah, that
Rich
makes sense.
just keep getting richer.
I'm actually getting poorer. I just started in a good place. I was just talking to Michelle about this. I think my wife and I have been together now in April, 39 years, and we've kind of bought everything. Like, it's very difficult to surprise somebody after 39 years. I got you this thing you never in a million years would have thought. So I think she just she tries to yeah. Boy, you're gonna love this.
Surprise!
This is gonna be new. Bend over.
You're not gonna like it.
So I think that she just tries to outdo herself or whatever. But the reality is we have a shared checking account. It's kind of, so whenever I get a big birthday gift, my first thought, I can't help. I don't express it because I'm not that kind of person. My first thought is what did this cost us? I should say, I was just trying to be nice there. My first thought is, what did this cost me?
Yeah,
what did I just buy myself? And I think it's more yeah, well, he doesn't have this. And, one time, I guess we'll use it, in NFL Sundays, but are there any NFL Sundays anymore? Isn't it just a 7-day-a-week league at this point?
Basically.
Hey, Sunday special, you get 5 games. So I don't even know how much that routine of Sundays, we all get together for Bills games. I think maybe they play 4 on Sunday. I don't know.
Did you set the TV up where you can see it from both the pool and the hot tub, or just specifically
I don't
the
want
hot
to watch
tub?
the TV while I'm in the pool. What in the world? What am I doing? Just bobbing. I'm just bobbing there in the pool.
No, you
I
go
guess
back and forth. You go.
There's a
well,
Braves-
you'd have to turn off the heater in the pool because that's the health part, right? Is that you get in the warm water and then you get in the cold water.
Well, I don't do the I don't do the hot tub in the summer anyway, so it doesn't matter. The water's pretty cool. I was in it a lot this week. I don't mind swimming when people aren't looking at me. I can't imagine how idiotic I look. Like if you walk out on my deck and you look down and you see me in the middle of doing laps. I can't imagine. I think that I would rather some sort of sex tape. I think a sex tape of me would be less humiliating than if someone just shot me doing laps from my deck.
What are you, like a great white turtle or
Just,
something?
yeah, who knows?
Only when he's on his back.
Who knows? So, yeah, as long as I have a little time to myself and I don't have to worry about people looking at me.
You never have to worry about people looking at you.
I always worry about people looking at me.
You never have to do that. You're doing that. You don't have to do that.
Is this, you're trying to get some side hustle, like you want some money for being my therapist. I just got into a therapy session, I believe. I've just been told.
I just feel bad. It sounds exhausting.
Well, yeah, but everybody's got something, right? I think you're right about that, but it could be worse.
I don't care about what everybody. I'm talking about you.
You see, I don't see the world that way. I always compare myself to others, and I see that
Again,
others
exhausting.
Well, I know, but I'm doing.
Just be you and just relax.
I am. I'm being me. I'm relaxing, but I'm also recognizing,
constantly vigilant about your activities and what it may look like and what you sound like.
But underneath it, though, I have this peace of mind that says, hey, you're doing so much better than an awful lot of other people. I never stop thinking of that. So ultimately, I think you're doing fine. So I don't know.
Roswell might be getting those flock cameras that Dunwoody got. So
those are good. They prevent crime.
They'll always be
Hey,
watching
as long
you.
as I don't break the law, what the hell do I have to worry about?
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
Isn't that how all
I do kind of feel that way
dictatorships?
about all of the smart devices listening to us.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, listen away.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
As long
I
as
got a present for you later if you're listening.
Listen up. Now I don't have to pay for it. It's just right here listening.
In some ways, you could that is true. You could say that as long as I'm not actively, trying to be a terrorist or something, or
Who
do a
owns
bomb
them,
or,
though? Are they Palantir?
Who owns what?
Flock cameras.
Let's see.
No, they're their own company, I believe. They probably work with Palantir. It's kind of I guarantee you Palantir gets those data sets
from
those cameras.
And that
that's
guy
what they
moved
do
up.
is they just make sense out of data sets.
Private from Atlanta. How about that?
Yeah, I know, because they went to the Georgia
All right,
Tech.
Jared loves it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's great.
hey,
man.
spy on me.
Nice to be spied on by neighbors.
Exactly. If we're going to be surveilled, at least be surveilled
That's
by
the whole,
Atlantans.
The whole thing is that, yes, you could obviously say if I'm not a terrorist or I'm not doing something absolutely horrible that I would deserve jail time for, who cares who's watching? But it ends up being used in
sure, yeah.
you may just want to, take part in a resistance meeting or something, and now all of a sudden that gets, I don't know. And social credit is coming. It's already here. We've gotten used to it over the years with our score. What do you call that score?
Credit score.
The credit score. But it's coming more and more, like what they have in China. if you're going to have social credits, and there's going to be some things that you won't be allowed to do if you don't have, or that you won't be able to buy. That's what they can control. That's why they don't want anybody using Bitcoin or real cash. They want you using your credit card so they can tell American Express this person's social credit is here, which means they can't buy these things. That's coming. And all of it works together. The flock cameras, Palantir, their data sets, all of it goes to, and you know what? People do it to themselves. Because if most people online, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, if I go to your thing, with most people, just in the bio, you give me so much information that I could use if I wanted to, scam you in some way. You say, this is my name. I'm a Democrat. I'm a far left Democrat. I don't like Trump.
What's your birthday?
Birthdays. I will be attending the No Kings rally. All of this stuff is like because you want to let the world know that you are who you are, but you're also letting anybody, because they take that information and then the other public information and then the stuff on the deep net, and the whole profile comes together from all of it. But you don't need to help people out when they go to your Facebook page and you tell them, this is who I am and this is what I stand for. Because a good scammer doesn't come at you as an enemy. They come at you as a friend who you can relate to, and they know how to get you to relate to them because you told them in your bio who you are.
Be careful with those zodiac signs. A lot of people like to put, like, I'm a proud Virgo.
They deserve it. Anybody who in 2026.
I guess if they have any information about a birthday, then they can use that as like, enter your birth date, right, for identity purposes. Maybe
you're a Scorpio. Here's some scorpions.
When you look, but
that's
she's right.
Charming.
You're
old
telling
school way of trolling somebody, just sending them bugs.
after you get out of the whole surveillance thing, just all the nonstop advertising comes from all of this as well, which is just annoying that they know that much about you. I turned off the thing on my phone where it can always listen to me. I just found it too creepy. I don't know.
It's the thing where you can say, "Hey Siri," and then it's like, "What up?"
I asked. I looked, and I can't remember off the top of my head. But you just go into the settings, and if I want to ask it a question, I'll turn it on. I just got tired of having conversations with people, and then something jumps up in my algorithm. That's just too creepy for me. It's just weird.
Do you think it?
If that happens, what do you think happens where you're not looking? How much they know about you.
My question is, does it actually really turn off, though? I mean, they
tell
you.
This is how I know. Because I had forgotten that I'd done it, and I was driving, and the album I was listening to ended, and I tried to do the do the thing, and it didn't. Or I wanted to make a phone call in my car, and it wouldn't. It didn't hear me.
And you're like, oh, what's wrong with you?
Wow, now I'm driving. I can't turn it on. Why did I ever turn that off? I love mass surveillance. Why did I realize this? It makes life more convenient. Let's say hello to Alex Williams. Alex says there's a crash on I-20 in West Atlanta.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric and the Von Hessler gang. Yeah, we're watching this left lane crash here, I-20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53, and that is slowing the ride out of downtown with delays starting back at the downtown connector. While the connector itself heading through the heart of the city, you're jammed up. 85 southbound, brake lights find you leaving Georgia 400. 75 from Howell Mill, Northside Drive. You're going to stay on and off the brakes all the way down to I-20. Northbound, I'm seeing delays University Avenue up toward Freedom Parkway. And looks like some new trouble on the downtown connector. 75, 85 southbound. It's going to be below University Avenue. I'm checking the jam cam right now. Looks like it might be impacting right lane. So they'll add delays leaving I-20. Traffic brought to you by Staples. Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Get the WSB radio app.
This story is breaking right now.
Get notifications from your source for news.
If you have the WSB radio app, then you saw the breaking news.
Get the WSB radio app.
Don't miss a thing with the WSB app.
Download it from the App Store today.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Heavy rain can significantly impact your septic system by saturating the soil and causing backups in your home. I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic. We can help. My licensed, insured, experienced team responds 24/7 with upfront pricing and high-quality work.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. George Stein has been a personal and professional friend for decades. He literally wrote the book on DUI defense in Georgia. I trust him, and you can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Castile Plumbing and Electrical knows that when spring showers are coming down so hard it seems like Mother Nature traded out cats and dogs for lions and bears. You'll be glad you called us to clear your block drains and prevent dangerous power surges so your home can stay safe and comfortable. Plus, with Castile's same-day water heater installs and repairs with no emergency service fees, we work fast to ensure you have all the plumbing and electrical help you need. So book CastileAir.com now and enjoy the comfort of your home without worrying about whatever kind of zoo that's coming down out there.
Leaving your home unprotected from termites is just tempting trouble. Hey, it's Mark Aaron with Matt Breda of Breda Pest Management.
75% of Georgia homes do not have termite protection, but termites are the most destructive bug of all. They eat 24/7, 365. They have no days off.
Get termite protection from Breda, and your rate is locked in for 10 years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
How many times has saving a few bucks actually cost you a fortune? Your garage door starts squeaking and you think, maybe I'll just lube that up myself. I'm pretty handy. You get out your trusty spray can and you give it a good squirt. Next time you open the door, your little puddle of chemical goodness goes up over the car and drips onto your paint. That eats through the clear coat, and now you're spending $1,000 to get the whole top of the car repainted. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians service your door with dedicated garage door track and wheel lubricant. Greases the wheels, doesn't drip on your paint job. Don't underestimate having your garage door looked at by a professional. Service a couple of thousand garage doors and you'll learn a thing or two about doing it right. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage. We'll tell the missus you helped out, so you still get credit for being handy.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
You know, with this last birthday behind me and being 62 years of age, I think it's okay just to lean into it. Be the old man with old man opinions. There's no, because I just, this whole Morgan Wallen thing. Where, the guy who, didn't go to prison or any kind of jail time, I think, for throwing that chair off the roof of his bar on a busy street.
Yeah, on Broadway in Nashville.
Yeah. So he gets past that. So this guy's got some sort of anger issues. And then he's on stage, and I guess his piano messed up. So he knocked the piano over. Wow. Boy, I wouldn't want to fight this guy. I don't know about you, but he seems tough. They can't hear anything in this.
Kind of hear him knocking over.
He's singing a ballad. I love myself.
There's the piano being knocked over there.
That was it? Yeah, but not much audio of it.
Yeah, it was tough. It was
but
like
he knocked it over.
Crowd video.
Yeah. But, when you...
He's playing in Power Field, by the way.
Right. By the way, that's what I wanted to say.
In Denver.
As my old man self, I'm just going to let it fly. All right, he's playing a stadium. I don't get it, but you guys love him. Go see him. Enjoy yourself. Again, I don't get it, but That's all right. You like your country with a little auto-tune. Fine. Okay. To each his own. But this guy's on stage in a stadium wearing shorts. I'm sorry. Backward baseball cap and shorts. Boy, in the world I grew up with, that screams country. Not fraternity, not frat boy. No, I don't get any kind of shorts and a backward baseball cap. What are you talking about? I don't get. Who gets a frat boy vibe off of that? Oh, everyone.
I'm Johnny Cash. Like my hat?
Backward baseball cap and shorts. Who gets the country music vibe? I guess a lot of people now, because they fill up stadiums and don't expect artists to even think to themselves, hey, I'm playing in front of 60,000 people tonight. What shirt am I going to choose? I'm just an old man now. I'm leaning into it. If you're going to play in front of a stadium, look halfway decent. You don't have to sell out. You're not going to walk out there looking like Liberace. But, I mean, just like you maybe put
that would be funny, though.
2 minutes into thinking about what.
He's also the most expensive artist that's out there. I mean, those tickets for the nosebleeds for any of these stadiums, we've been trying to go to
one.
Well,
I think the way that they should be is that the more auto-tune that you have, the more expensive the live ticket should be.
Hands down.
Because, you got to run all that equipment.
To make sure it gets out there.
The microphones. What, you want to go see this guy?
Well,
why? Because he's popular?
How does he do the auto-tune on stage?
I'm sure the microphone and then through the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speakers.
Like Jimmy Fallon has done that bit with different microphones for years. And they, like Autumn says, they have the soundboard as well.
Okay.
But they can put stuff right inside the microphone.
As I have said with Morgan Wallen before, I think that he plays to some classic country roots with a lot of his songs. He has a lot of talent, but there is a lot of bro country in his background with the backwards hat. He kind of blends the two worlds together, and that's what makes him popular.
Well, okay. Well, it ain't the music. You know what you didn't say?
What?
It was the music that made him popular. I mean, who wants auto-tune in their country? Apparently a lot of people. But listen, good for him. He's doing well. He hates himself and he hates everything. I mean, you can see that. He's a miserable person, but he's doing quite well. Good for him.
$500 in the nosebleeds.
Okay, if people are going to pay $500 in the nosebleeds, maybe you can take 5 minutes to pick out a nice shirt. Alex Williams says there's a crash downtown.
Yeah, trying to make it to the airport. Allow a little extra time to get past this one, Eric. 7585 southbound past University Avenue, exit 244. A couple of right lanes blocked there. Those delays south of I-20 have now blended in with just the rough ride from downtown. Going to take you about 35 minutes to go from the 85-400 merge down to this crash scene. And a little better news in West Atlanta. They just moved the crash from the left lane to the right shoulder, 20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Is there anything more miserable than a hot and stuffy house in Georgia? Nobody wants that. It's Scott Slade. Get ready for the hot and humid days of summer. The team at Ragsdale Heating and Air is ready to help. If it's time to replace your air conditioning system, the Ragsdale System Design Specialist can give you a quote today and have it installed as soon as the next day. Not only will you be more comfortable this summer, you'll be confidently comfortable for years to come with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new system. Zero repair cost till 2041. Everything will still be covered. I know this firsthand. I had a small glitch with my system recently, and after a quick visit by my Ragsdale tech, it was done. No additional charge. For 30 years, Ragsdale's been the name I know you can trust for all your heating, air, plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs. You only need to remember one name. Schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, listen, it's that Rick Jackson again.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed.
Dang. I know, right?
What do you have, Sugar?
I'll take the meatloaf and Rick Jackson for governor.
He's something, ain't he?
Oh, he's tough.
No tolerance for criminal illegals, no woke ideology.
No more do-nothing career politicians.
The man escaped the projects and built one of Georgia's most successful businesses. Plus, he's big-time pro-Trump.
And he wants to cut our property taxes. Like for real.
Shush, y'all. Here comes the good part.
No more free rides for people who refuse to work. You want to sit on your butt, binge watch Netflix, and scarf down Cheetos? Do it with your own money.
Amen to that.
Conservative Rick Jackson for Georgia.
I just love that Cheetos part.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 4:30. I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news brought to you by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story. The current suspension of the state gas tax will expire tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. The suspension, which has been in place since March, has been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon. AAA puts Metro Atlanta's gas price average today at $3.88. On the national level, Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says we've seen some moderation in prices, but that's not permanent.
We could go right back up, and it's still not impossible that later this summer, even ahead of July 4, that we could see the national average pressing $5 a gallon.
He says it all hinges on developments in the Middle East. The current national average is at $4.32 a gallon for regular. Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts is applauding a federal judge's unsealing of its case involving the Department of Justice. They're pushing back as the DOJ subpoenas the names and private information of every worker and volunteer from the 2020 elections.
I consider it to be a small victory for us. I mean, the case is not over by any means, but we're concerned about transparency.
Pitts calls this another effort to discourage working and voting in Fulton County. Both sides are filing briefs after a court hearing earlier this month. The judge overseeing the trial of Charlie Kirk's accused killer in Utah rules today that media will be allowed inside the courtroom, despite defense objections. Legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer says this decision is likely because Kirk was such a public figure.
I think the judge saw that and said, this is a type of case where the public is going to demand transparency, and the best way to do that is to allow for cameras to be in court during this preliminary hearing.
The next court date is set for June 12th. A federal appeals court on Monday today said the Pentagon illegally banned transgender troops from military service.
In a split decision, a federal appeals court in Washington, D.C. said the Trump administration's transgender military ban is likely unconstitutional and, quote, appears to be driven by a bare desire to harm a politically unpopular group.
Correspondent Peter Haralambous reports while the decision barred the Pentagon from expelling transgender soldiers, the court did allow the ban on transgender recruits joining the military. The wet weather we've been having means more mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes carry viruses. The biggest concern in the metro area is West Nile. In addition to West Nile, Elmer Gray, public health specialist with the UGA in Athens, says there are other viruses to worry about in Georgia from mosquitoes.
Eastern equine encephalitis is another virus that can be transmitted by mosquitoes. That's more serious, has a higher fatality rate, and has lingering effects in children. And then lacrosse encephalitis is one more in the upstate here.
Your best protection, insect repellent with DEET. Mosquitoes are most active at dawn and dusk. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Investigators are putting out a warning after 3 credit card skimmers were found on machines in Fayette County. Detective Kevin Zai says many more could be out there, and you should look out for warning signs.
If the tap to pay sensor where you normally type your phone or type your credit card on, if it appears to be intentionally broken or have a hole drilled through the center of it, then there's a reason they're trying to make you swipe your your magnetic strip instead of doing the tap to pay.
If you see a suspected skimming device, stop using the card and call 911. A documentary about the Atlanta man killed in a 2025 homeless encampment sweep premieres tonight.
The film examines the death of Cornelius Taylor, who was crushed while city crews cleared a homeless encampment on Old Weed Street. The tragedy drew attention to Atlanta's housing crisis and the city's approach to homelessness. From grief to action, Justice for Cornelius Taylor screens at the Plaza Theater on Ponce. A red carpet begins 45 minutes before showtime, followed by a panel discussion and public Q&A after the film. Admission is free, but reservations are required. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
And Serena Williams will make her return to tennis next week. The 23-time Grand Slam champion announced she will play in the doubles tournament at the HSBC Championship in London. This will mark her first competitive tennis match since she lost in the 2022 U.S. Open. It's 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic starts with Alex Williams.
Not fun heading southbound into the city, Jonathan. 85 southbound, brake lights grab you hard right at Georgia 400. Same on 75 at Northside Drive. And it's all made even worse due to this crash on 75-85 southbound below University Avenue that's knocking out 2 right lanes. Might want to think about Northside Drive. Peachtree has some alternates there. Checking the ride on I-20 into Cobb County. Still watching brake lights from 285 out to Panola Road. 20 westbound is recovering, leaving downtown now that crash in West Atlanta at Martin Luther King Jr. Drive has been moved off to the right shoulder. Once you get outside the perimeter, just moderate volume, scattered brake lights on 20 westbound from Riverside Parkway out to Lee Road, exit 41, leaving Lithia Springs into Douglasville. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. A mix of sun and clouds this afternoon with a high of 85, tracking a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms for late this afternoon and into the evening hours. Some of these storms could produce an isolated damaging wind gust as well as torrential downpours. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, high 82. Staying dry for the rest of this week.
82 degrees in Tequila, 80 in Douglasville, and it's 84 here in Midtown. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
You always remember a home service company that's friendly and thorough. That's 100% the experience I had when CertaPro Painters came to my home to look at our white ceilings that just needed a facelift. Ashley Frasca here to tell you that their process is hassle-free and they get the job done right with pride in their work. Things are looking up at the Frasca House thanks to CertaPro Painters. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Treated unfairly by the police? George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. GeorgeStein.com.
With good health comes a happy life, but finding free, trustworthy medical advice can be challenging. Good news for you, WSB and the medical professionals at Northside Hospital are here to help. Tune in this Sunday at 8 a.m. for Doctors on Call, presented by Northside Hospital, a weekly show dedicated to helping you live a healthier and happier life. This week, we'll be joined by Medical Director for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery at Northside Hospital Cherokee and Bariatric Surgeon, Dr. Nathaniel Lytle. Sunday at 8 a.m. on 95.5 WSB.
When materials are late, everything's late. Labor's waiting, clients are waiting, and that costs you. Dave Baker here, and the pros I know rely on Randall Brothers. Randall Brothers delivers complete, accurate, on-time orders, wrapped right and ready to go. No half-right shipments, no guessing games, just dependable service that keeps your job moving. If you're tired of chasing materials, there's a better way to build. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
All right, Autumn, there's more sports news.
Yes, corners.
She likes quarters and yards.
Yeah, and balls and stripes.
Yeah.
Runs.
Yeah, that's the way I look.
love runs. I get the runs.
Yeah. You enjoy it.
I get it.
Only person. She gets the runs.
I get them. I get runs. I love runs.
That's why she's here, to be the sexy one.
Yeah.
They get
It sells well.
It does. Absolutely. People love to hear about the runs. But the big news there in the NFL is that what's his face from Philadelphia is going to New England Patriots.
A.J. Brown, just got traded for a
two number ones.
First round and a fifth round.
Oh, a first round and a fifth round. Okay, so they held on to him. Oh, no. Who were the two number ones we were just talking about? That was for Myles Garrett.
And sorry, that was a first and a second round, and then Jared Verse. That's how that trade was.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Myles Garrett.
The weird thing is that when you're and we'll get off this, but the thing about National Football League is there's so much money, and there's so much you're putting into it. It's like the Los Angeles Rams are like, man, Matthew Stafford, he got the MVP last year. He's going to be 38 this year. Our window is closing for the Super Bowl. We got to go all in. We're going to spend $1 gazillion. We're going to give away picks in the future, blah, blah, blah. And the way the NFL is, your quarterback could be hurt for the year in the first game. Like, you can plan all of this stuff all you want. Everything looks brilliant when everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
You know? I'm getting older now to say, oh, no, man, if AJ, if he goes, oh my gosh, so New England's going to be too. But then I realize it's all going to play out. We don't know what's going to happen this year. You know, they're making the 49ers, they've got to travel. What is it? 36 hours?
It's insane.
Ways?
It's insane because they have to go to Australia to start
Melbourne.
the year.
How long to and back air travel?
It's 14 hours one way.
Okay, so they've got to do
28 hours.
28 hours. But I heard it was longer than that. I heard that there's going to be longer than that. Let's just say 30 hours of travel before you play your first game.
Why are we talking about this when the UFL playoffs are this weekend?
Hey, listen, I was watching some UFL yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was a good game until it wasn't.
I put it on and Gilbert
blowout.
said, I don't want to watch football. I'm like, all right.
Well, that's when you say, Gilbert, it's time for you to understand something. I'm the adult. I'll decide what we're watching. It's been a little too much of this lately.
He had good logic. He went, but it's my turn.
What are no, but that's not good logic because when it comes to adult child,
right,
that whole turn thing doesn't work. That's for you at preschool. When you get home, the adults can be wonderful or they can be mean. But even if they're wonderful, they have the power. They've just decided to use their power for good.
I don't have to work on that. I usually just give in.
I think that I just saw this. Kids are just getting out of control in this country, and I think it's because whoever the institutions that tell parents what's best and how you raise your kids these days, it seems like free range. Just don't tell them that. Don't ever stop them because you'll crush them somehow. And it's not good. It's not good for the parents. It's not good for the children. When kids act up, start acting inappropriately in public or at a gathering, or even, just causing way too much trouble before they go to bed at night. We know and have known for a long time that the best way to look at this as a parent, if you care about your children, is my kids are asking me, they want me to tell them where the line is. We're removing from children one way that they actually learn about the world and how to socialize and how to get along with others. And we're removing that by, in these early years, this philosophy of, no, don't crush their spirit. No, you don't want to crush their spirit, but the opposite of crushing their spirit isn't letting them do anything they want. I know as a parent that they're annoying every adult in this room, but the people that teach me how to parent tell me it's more important not to crush their soul. No, absolutely not. It's not good for you because you're going to be exhausted. And it's not good for the kids because you're actually taking away the way that they learn. That's the way I always looked at it. It's a great thing to do as a parent when your kids are getting on your nerves, is you look at them and go, oh, they're doing their job. That's what they're supposed to do. And I always thinking of it as, oh, my child is asking me to let them know what the limits are. This is a way of learning. And if you don't, the reason I thought of this because it's this headline about where is it here? Fed up with screaming kids at dinner, more Americans support adults-only dining.
Yes.
See, when I was in a restaurant with my mother and father, no other diners had to worry about that happening ever.
Same.
It simply was not going to happen.
Because there were consequences.
There were consequences. And so, and out of that, you could say, oh, well, you're fearing your parents. No, what I was learning was you don't act like that in a restaurant. And if you remove my ability to learn that, then your life is going to be worse because your kids are just constantly going to be all over the place. And you've just removed the ability for your child to learn how to grow up. That's what growing up is. You're learning things. You do not have a fixed journey at 6. That's a 36-year-old deciding that. You're just like a sponge. And you're taking everything in. And if what you're taking in is there are no limits, I'm allowed to do whatever I want, and there are no consequences. You know, my parents told me I wasn't going to get candy if I acted that way. I acted that way, and here I am eating the candy. So that's the first thing. If you're not willing to take away the candy, don't threaten it. But you can see where this is happening, where there's going to be more and more places where kids aren't allowed. That's not good for the kids because they lose an opportunity to learn and to learn how to become more sociable. If you can get this idea across to a kid, it's the best thing you can do for them, which is, just bring, I've done this a few times, 5-year-old, 6-year-olds, like, hey, I'll let you in on something. If you want adults to give you almost anything, act properly. It freaks adults out. When you're a 6-year-old who walks into a room and has manners, adults pull out their billfold and start giving you money. Yeah. Now, that's hard to do now because we don't really have a lot of money. But I have seen it.
Pull out your Venmo.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, you're asking a kid, like, you got Apple Cash?
I want to reward you for this.
Yeah, can I sell you? What's your email address?
But old people used to do this. They would see well-behaved children and they would give them $1 or $5, things like that.
I did it the other day, and the kid I gave it to was like, just $1? I was like, okay.
What's he going to buy with that? You
well,
can't even get candy.
There has been inflation.
It's like a nickel when we were kids.
Yeah, I know.
At least a 10.
You just say, hey. You say, I think.
I was like, I'll take it back. Thank you.
I think, yeah. And by the way, the reason I gave you this $1, you've just shown me you don't deserve because you're rude. That's another thing to learn. To be disappointed in the moment and not let the other person know. If you remove these things, we don't learn how to become adults. And some of it, I think, is kind of lazy, where it's like, I just don't feel like dealing with it. But I think a lot of it is whatever the institutions, my kids are 28 and 42. So, I don't really know about having kids these days. But there's always like schools and institutions and therapists and physicians that are giving parents advice. And the advice now just must be, let them do whatever they want to do as long as they want to do it. And that's terrible. And it goes along with this, at the same time, this idea that you can teach kids how to read through something called sight words. I mean, you might as well... Why did you have these kids? To condemn them to a horrible life? When you remove phonics, you are condemning your children. You're saying, hey, that thing that was a miracle that could teach anybody of sound mind and body how to read? Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Yeah, I guess it comes out of some patriarchal system we don't like. Sight words, memorizing words. Not understanding what the words are or, pre shows up in this and pre shows up in that. And it kind of means the same thing, but different. And this is how your brain learns. It annoys the hell out of me.
I'm not aware that kids are not learning phonics.
There's a lot to look up sight words.
Well, I think that I have heard of sight words, but I think that we're still sounding things out and,
I hope so. Like I say, I don't have kids. I just read. That's all I do. And all this sight word nonsense, which I thought was killed off in the 90s when it didn't work in California, somehow made a comeback.
When you read stories like this talking about how there's going to be adult-only experiences, one of my favorite things. Yeah. Well, one of my favorite things to do as a kid.
Only.
Calm down.
One of my favorite experiences as a kid was I would piss the hell out of my mom off, and we would be going to dinner, and she's like, and we would be like fighting in the car, or something had happened at the house. And then the second we got to the dinner table with friends or family, you name it, I would turn into this angel.
Yeah,
and they were like,
you knew.
Look at Jared, he's so great. He's such a good kid. And I would like look at my mom and I'm like, look at this.
Look at that.
Gotcha. He's not so great. He's a liar.
Believe me, as I accepted money from strangers, I heard my mom saying the same thing in the background. Alex Williams says 85 North is slow into Gwinnett.
Luckily, no crashes in the way right now, Eric, but I'm definitely watching the slow ride on 85 northbound. The brake lights find you just north of Chamblee Tucker at I-285. Stays pretty slow getting up past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. A few more brake lights between Duluth and Swanee. 316 eastbound. You're on the brakes as well through those stoplights out of Lawrenceville over to Highway 29 in Decula. 400 northbound. The slow spot as you would expect, leaving 285 in Sandy Springs up to the North Springs MARTA station. 75 northbound. Seeing waves of volume between Marietta and Kennesaw. I think we had some earlier trouble in the express lanes before North Marietta Parkway that looks to have cleared. And downtown, crash cleared. 75-85 southbound below University Avenue. And they were able to quickly move one to the right shoulder before that was in a center lane. Traffic trooper Vlad saw it. I now see police with that one on the right shoulder. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our Triple Team Traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is at 5.
WSB's A Grand for Gas.
From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
In Georgia, roaches are everywhere. Your home needs protection inside and out, so let Breda Pest Management in and keep those rancid roaches out.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Scott Slade here with the president of Loud Security Systems, John Loud. A job when it comes to protecting your business and employees, compromise isn't an option.
Exactly, Scott. At Loud Security, we provide extensive commercial security systems so you can be sure your assets, employees, and property are under constant vigilant protection.
And you cover it all. 24/7 intrusion detection, live video monitoring with virtual guard response, even smart access control.
Plus, fully managed life safety systems, fire alarm, and fire suppression systems, including fire extinguishers and sprinkler inspections.
With customizable solutions, real-time alerts, and your team blending today's technology with old-fashioned service, business owners can stay focused on what they do best.
That's the Loud Security Systems promise. Business security monitoring you can trust.
So trust the local experts at Loud Security. Call today, mention me, Scott, and get 3 months free monitoring when you get Loud.
Loud Security Systems. Call 678. Get Loud.
A roof is more than just the shingles you see. It's the protection you don't. Hi, I'm Megan with Southern Exteriors. We're talking about high-grade underlayment, ice and water shields, and a solid deck, all sourced from the same manufacturer. Since 1999, Southern Exteriors have been building roofs that protect what matters most. Take 10% off your next roofing project. For quality you can see and integrity you can trust, call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
You can sell your home the old way or use Orchard. Get cash up front to buy your next home first, then sell your old one for top dollar. Start today with a free valuation at Orchard.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Which one is this?
Mountaintop.
Oh, this is the psychedelic. It should shift into this weird psychedelic thing soon.
Sounds
I
a
know.
bit Dream On.
It does have that Dream On. But this one, he's getting trippy, man. Trippy and psychedelic.
That 87.
Oh, pause it for a second. Something I know. This is the one I was talking about. So the, the song "Home to Us" with
Yes.
Ringo. That's really kind of nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina. You can say that, but it was home to us. And this one, tell me if I'm wrong. Does it sound like a slowed down version of Peter Cottontail?
Yeah.
Now that we've started this, I got to get to where he suddenly busts out into psychedelic. Let it go. Oh, the mushrooms have said hello. So here we go.
This thing on his voice is bad.
All right, let it go. What are you saying, Autumn?
The thing on his voice is bad there. I don't like that.
Yeah. What are you going to do, though? Can I blame the producer? He's got to do something.
Well,
Although I would say that one of the best songs on the album is called Down South, and it's just McCartney on an acoustic guitar.
The
So
good news is that when I'm dead, when
it's going to happen.
When I flip flop and plop plop dead, be selling my voice will be AI, so kids can keep making the records.
it reminds me of Spinal Tap.
That's what I'm saying. I can't figure out something because if you went further in that song, it gets really just dip into the middle of it and see if they're doing the psychedelic thing, and you just like, is this forced? Let's get back to Peter Cottontail. Anyway.
No, I kind of like this song a little bit.
No,
I get what everybody's saying.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm still digesting. Like, when Autumn says that, I think, yeah. On the other hand, yeah, I don't know. There's some good stuff on there. I think it's not. I think I have to be honest and say it doesn't live up to what it's trying to be. I guess that's the best way I can put it.
Hey, listen, how can
talk
you?
to me in 2 weeks and maybe I'll change my mind. But the stuff that's good is very good.
I know, but you're 80. What?
83.
86?
Yeah.
83?
You know what he does? You know what he does on this album, and maybe it kind of limits, but maybe it also has to be done, is you'll notice in certain... It's a really nice song called The First Star of the Night. And it's one of those McCartney songs where he just kind of repeats the same thing, like Your Mother Should Know kind of thing. But it's very nice. But you can see that he's singing in 2 or 3 lines like, the first star of the night. Like not putting a full sentence together. Right. And that shows up like 3 or 4 different times. But this, I don't know.
Embrace
I'm confused.
Embrace it. He's 83 years old. I hope that Taylor Swift and Morgan Wallen are making music at 83.
No.
He should embrace that he's 83 and it's okay.
You know who did this the right way? Johnny Cash. He just had a voice that as he aged, even as it was failing, it had like grain in it, like wood. McCartney doesn't have that. Alex Williams says there's brake lights on 285 and Tucker.
Yeah, 285 southbound, the inner loop into Cab, slow leaving I-85 down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Even before that, 285 eastbound, watching some brake lights from Georgia 400 over to Peachtree Boulevard. 285 westbound, the outer loop. The heaviest stuff finds you as you pass I-75 and Truist Park, and you're going to be jammed up once again once you hit South Cobb Drive down to I-20, the West Freeway. Traffic brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I have a gift for every homeowner in Georgia. Whether you need new windows now or sometime down the road, this message is for you. Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort. People tell us all the time, Ray, don't waste my time. I already had one of those big national window companies out here. You know the ones. They sit at your kitchen table for 2 hours, and the price is so high it feels like you need a second mortgage. And that's exactly why Window Comfort was built differently. We go factory direct, no franchise fees, no brand tax, no bloated commissions, which means higher quality windows for you at a fraction of the price. Our mission's simple: make high quality windows affordable for everyday homeowners. And right now it's even better. We're doing buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, we're adding free installation and no payments till 2028. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. Go to windowcomfort.com today.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a diamond sourcing expert, I'll tell you just how differently we source our diamonds so your engagement ring can be the most beautiful. We work directly with our diamond partners who reserve the best stones just for us. We handpick and inspect each diamond, then negotiate the best price. At Shane Company, we believe this is the only way to properly buy a diamond, because a friend goes the extra mile to make sure you get your dream diamond at your dream price. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news brought to you by Southern Exteriors. Our top local story: get ready to pay more when you fill up your car. Governor Kemp says he will allow the current state gas tax suspension to end tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. The suspension has been in place and has been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon since late March. Monterey Waiters with AAA Georgia says the state's current gas price average is $3.83 a gallon.
With Governor Kemp lifting the suspension, we're looking at 33 cents increase, which could possibly increase that price up to $4.16.
She says prices will begin to rise within a few days, and with the full market impact being felt over the next couple of weeks. 84 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards is tracking the potential for thunderstorms this evening.
A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect through 10 o'clock this evening for the southwest metro area, including Carroll, Coweta, Fayette, and Spalding counties. A line of thunderstorms will move through this region, and some of these storms may be strong to severe with damaging wind gusts as high as 60 miles per hour. Large hail is also a possibility. The storms will be out of the area by 10 o'clock this evening.
Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. The head of Fulton County government applauds a federal judge's unsealing of a DOJ subpoena trying to dig into the personal data of election workers.
The Department of Justice is demanding the name, personal phone and email, home address, and more of every single person who worked for or volunteered in Fulton County elections in 2020. County Commission Chair Rob Pitts says unsealing this case is about transparency and the public interest.
We believe that all of this is a part of an orchestrated effort to harass us here in Fulton County, to intimidate us, and to chill really participation in the midterms, 2026, and more importantly, in 2028.
Pitts says they've got the best legal minds fighting this. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
An arrest has been made in connection with the death of James Connell, whose body was found inside a vacant Kroger store on Cobb Parkway last month. According to a warrant obtained by WSB, Micah D'Angelo Garner is accused of hiding Connell's body. The warrant says that because Connell's body was hidden, it was not discovered until more than 10 days after his death, and that impacted the ability for law enforcement to investigate if he was unlawfully killed. Garner is locked up in the Fulton County Detention Center without bond. Fayette County investigators put out a warning to shoppers: protect your plastic against credit card skimmers.
The Fayette County Sheriff's Office says 3 credit card skimming devices have been discovered in dollar stores across the county since February, and many more could be out there. Investigators believe the devices are targeting EBT card users and cards that require a magnetic strip instead of a chip or tap-to-pay technology. They say you can gently pull on the card reader or keyboard to see if any parts appear loose or tampered with. These skimming devices are looking to steal banking and card information. If you see a suspected skimming device, stop using it and call 911. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
As concerns over the spread of Ebola increase, Brazil's health authority says it's now monitoring 2 separate patients with symptoms and travel history.
One patient recently returning from the Democratic Republic of Congo and the other from Uganda, the only countries where cases have been confirmed so far. Neither have known Ebola exposure.
Correspondent Matt Rivers says Doctors Without Borders in Africa calls the outbreak deeply alarming. U.S. health officials say the risk to the public remains low. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York is out with some new data about the state of remote work.
The New York Fed now says the unemployment rate among recent college graduates in remotable industries like software development is up marginally since the pandemic, about 1%. Meanwhile, for people over the age of 29 in those industries, the jobless rate is actually down slightly.
Mike Dubusky reports that indicates employers may be more reluctant to hire younger generations for jobs that can be done remotely. And America's second largest teachers union is calling for screen bans and AI limits in schools. Randy Warrington, president of the American Federation of Teachers, wants the ban to apply to students in kindergarten through 2nd grade.
Kids like the screens better than they like learning, and we have to actually create active learning and attention and cognition again.
Georgia has cell phone and personal device bans for students in all K through 12 public schools. It's 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes, but first Triple Team Traffic starts with Alex Williams.
Well, crash, it had been moved to the right shoulder. Jonathan in West Atlanta now has Atlanta Fire Rescue on scene. I think they're taking out a right lane here. 20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53, so that ride's getting a tad slow again. Elsewhere on the south side, 75 northbound, we're seeing some delays this afternoon through McDonough towards Stockbridge on 75 north here on the brakes. Highway 155, but improving once you get past Jodico Road, exit number 222. 85 southbound, that ride's gotten much better between Union City and Fairburn. The right lanes are slowing 85 southbound, just trying to get through that construction zone, ramping onto Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit number 61. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy skies for this afternoon, high 85, monitoring for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to potentially move through the metro area this evening. The time frame would be between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Some of these storms could be capable of producing heavy downpours as well as an isolated damaging wind gust or 2. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, highs in the low 80s, then drying out for the rest of this week. Sunshine all the way through Saturday with morning lows in the low 60s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
Storm tracker radar showing some rain showers near Rome and some of those heavier storms that Christina was talking about getting ready to move into Georgia from Alabama. And again, that watch in effect for severe thunderstorms for some of our southwest metro counties. It's 79 degrees in Roswell, 81 in Riverdale, and 84 in Midtown. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now, and I can't believe it, but this is the last week of WSB's A Grand for Gas giveaway. You better get in it this week.
Be a good time for you to win it because gas tax is not suspended.
That's right.
We have until tomorrow night at 11:59 before the gas prices go up by about
All right, well, we're going to give
cents.
out this hour's keyword in the WSB's Grand for Gas giveaway. This hour's keyword is joy. J-O-Y. Joy. And don't give me that old, that jumping for joke from our elementary days. Let's not go there, Tim Andrews.
I was going to say it'd be a joy if the price of gas would come down, but
thank you, Mr. Kemp.
I'm not in charge of what's going on around the world.
J-O-Y. This hour's keyword is joy. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/gas for your chance to win $1,000. Because it's the last week, I'll let you know one more time. That keyword is J-O-Y.
Thank you.
Joy.
Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea.
And joy to You and Me. There used to be this band that we knew a long time when I was a kid. I only knew them as people that would come over to our house. But my father at the time was running a Holiday Inn like bar area, like the bar area in a Holiday Inn, and they would have bands, and this band were like friends, and so they would come over to the house, and they had a lot of these lounge bands back in the 70s. They would have vinyl records. It was all covers, and they did Joy to the World. But they didn't understand the first. It's so hilarious. They put it down on vinyl, and my understanding from my older brothers was every night they would go on stage and they would start that song with "Jeremiah ate my bullfrog."
What? They had to be doing that on purpose.
No, it's on the damn record.
Why would they do that?
I don't. Because I think they just didn't know. They would just like heard it on the radio, and that's what they thought that they heard. Within the internet, they didn't go to lyrics.com, try to figure it out. They didn't know any member of Three Dog Night. Since we've talked too much about music, here's a fun fact people may or may not know. I didn't know this till about 2 years ago. Every hit, every song Three Dog Night ever did was a cover.
Now,
Really?
who wrote that Joy to the World? That was that.
It was
that
probably
chubby,
like David Allan Coe
no,
or
it was
something.
Like, it was that chubby guy that he was in Gremlins and he was on.
Hoyt Axton.
Hoyt Axton, yeah.
How do I have that name in my head?
Well, that's a tough one to recall.
Every single hit I think every song they ever recorded was a cover. Apropos to nothing, but I thought I'd just toss it in there. I don't know why Jared Yamamoto. I've mentioned this before I went on my luxurious vacation
with your new TV,
with my new TV,
your hot tub,
and
pool.
Thank you. So,
and how many refrigerators do you have?
Oh, 7 or 8.
Oh my gosh. 7 or 8.
Whatever.
Hey,
you can play by your power bill.
Listen, I pay for it. And I'll tell you that. This money is going back to society. So it says you've always put in your stories. I put in my stories, you put in your stories, then George puts in his stories. And lately, in the last, couple of months, you've been editorializing. So you'll put like, what's going on here? And then give me the headline or whatever. This one I completely disagree with. So he writes, "This is awesome." Spotify announces Reserved, a new feature that holds concert tickets for top fans.
I love this.
Can
This
I
is
say
great.
this finally? F the top fans. I am not I'm not trying to be controversial for controversy's sake. I am so sick and tired of top fans, VIPs, the people who will open their wallet and give more and more and more and more and will not question because either they or daddy makes enough money. This is ruining pop/rock modern music.
How will this work?
I have no idea.
So,
I didn't even
eligibility-
read in there.
so this-
it's Spotify.
It's very easy.
First thing they do is they punch the artist in the face and take all the money out of their wallet.
Right.
Then they let him go on stage.
So your eligibility is based on your listening frequency, how long you follow the artist, and whether your behavior appears to be organic or
Never
bot-driven.
leave the platform. Never leave the platform. Never leave the platform. Ignore your family. Never leave the platform. If you become the most hated person in your circle of friends, you will be a top fan that we will reward. Because never leave the platform. By the way, when you're on Amazon Prime, never leave the platform. When you're on Instagram, never leave the platform. TikTok, it's against the law to leave the platform.
They will send thugs to your house.
Absolutely. It's wrong.
Hey, listen, if Tame Impala...
They're tech geniuses. Now you just shut up and do what the algorithm tells you to.
Tame Impala has 2 dates coming up here in Atlanta next month. If I am a top fan already of Tame Impala. If I were gifted some tickets to Tame
Are
Impala...
you a top fan?
I would be.
Even their crappy albums?
Even their crappy
You buy
album.
them and go, hey,
I don't buy them. I just listen to them. I stream.
Okay, well, you're buying because you pay for a subscription.
Yeah.
So a top fan is someone who says, hey, I want this guy. What's his name? Kevin? I want Kevin to sing at a higher and higher and higher voice for the entire.
Don't hate on Kevin.
And then the second song sounds like this. Am I wrong?
But
You're
you don't.
hating.
I may be hating, but as a top fan, am I completely and totally wrong?
Are they reserving the seats for you, or are they going to give them out to certain people?
I'd probably give them out. They're not going to reserve anything in this blue dot fever time. But
I mean, these tickets are going for like
It's like the-
$350 for the upper nosebleeds, and I'm
Yeah,
like, I just
too
don't
much
have
of
that.
this.
They're giving the opportunity to buy the ticket. They're not
Yes.
giving you the ticket.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's just what I've been talking about in the K-shaped economy. This is why we have Disney adults. I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland, never wanted to go. But I know people who love the place and they go to Disney World and they're like, where are the kids? Kids don't spend. Kids have to ask somebody else if they can spend money. We don't want that. So Disney World and Disneyland now cater to Disney adults who are these, brainwashed morons who will just give that corporate, and they have the disposable income.
We have fur babies.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is we are becoming such a K-shaped economy that it's just not worth it to try to give a whole bunch of value to people mid-level or down. They don't have the disposable income. So every company, not every company, but in genre, every level, is just identify the people who have extra money after they've paid their bills, and let's just go for them. And everybody's doing it. And that's what this is. It's supposed to be rock and roll. I will say this. There's no such thing as rock and roll if a teenager cannot afford to go see a live show. A teenager needs to be able to go see a live show based on mowing lawns or doing whatever they need to be able to get that money. Teenagers should not only go to shows that their parents decide they can afford to go to. And that's where we're at. And the Spotify thing is even more. If you're a top fan, maybe I'm just a fan. Is that not enough? It's like when you go into Best Buy, you lay $1,000 down for a television, and then they try to upsell you. Hey, you want some insurance with that? Yeah, I'm a moron. Add $25 a month for no good reason, that I could, and I think, not to the person who's at the counter because they don't even care. They're there because they have to be. Yeah. But I just think to myself, I drove my car here a few miles. I parked, walked in, gave you $1,000 for a television set. And that's not enough for you? Now you want to try to sell me more on top of it? You're not just like, hey, thank you for coming in, and the next time you need some electronics, remember us.
What if it breaks, sir?
It's just, I want to sell you all this stuff that the company knows you'll never really use, but we can get. It's like, just parking my car and dropping $1,000, that's not good enough? And that's where we are. Just being a fan, that's not good enough? F the top fans in anything. In anything. Let's start getting back to a country that's about the average fan.
I see Paul McCartney just tagged you in his Apple Music, and he said, you're a top fan, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
You can come watch me sing the Hill song for free.
F the top fans. I'm tired of them. Alex Williams says it's a crowded ride through downtown.
Yeah, school's out, but still a busy commute into downtown Atlanta. Eric, 85 southbound. The brake lights don't find you right at 400 right now. It's just below there as you approach where the Beaverage Spring connector merges in. But once you hit that, it's going to stay slow the whole way down to I-20. Same story northbound, 75, 85 northbound, just bumper to bumper from before University Avenue up to Peachtree, Pine Street. Earlier crash in West Atlanta, 20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53. They had gotten it off to the right, but I see Atlanta Fire Rescue trying to clean this up now. They're blocking the right lane. That's keeping you on the brakes back toward Langhorne Street. And if you're traveling on I-285 northbound, the inner loop on the west side, it's a slow go of it through the construction zone with the delays starting just north of Langford Parkway. They'll stay with you as you approach I-20. Traffic brought to you by Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. From incredible animals to an iconic brand, explore it all at Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. Just steps apart and under one deal. Get your combo tickets at AtlantaIcons.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark Arum.
Like in a movie, I could see that being a thing, like where the world leaders get on a call and be like, all right, let's just...
the final episode of Diplomat.
Getting you through your morning.
Exactly. Like, let's just divide up the world.
Mark Arum.
Trump, you get the Western Hemisphere. China, you get Asia. And Europe goes to Putin.
Mark Arum.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB. Atlanta's News and Talk.
Nothing makes a home feel refreshed like a fresh coat of paint. Ashley Frasca to tell you about Serta Pro Painters. This spring, invite them out to your home to give you a free estimate quickly and at the right price. I enjoyed working with their team of professionals who protected my home during the job, got it done right, and then cleaned up, leaving us happy and relaxed. Do what I did. Schedule your free estimate online now at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C.
Each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Spring allergies in Atlanta are no joke. All Care can help you manage your allergy triggers and develop a customized treatment plan. 15 locations, after hours and weekend appointments. And now, virtual care services. Learn more at allcare-ga.com/allergy.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Palmetto bug, water bug, a roach is a roach by any name, and you want them gone. Let Breda Pest Management in and keep those germy roaches out.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan. For the people.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peach Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Thou pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
In a world that never stops changing, the professionals who rise are the ones who never stop growing. The Project Management Institute is one of the most respected professional organizations on the planet. A network of driven, talented leaders shaping the future of business, technology, healthcare, and beyond. PMI Atlanta members don't just manage projects, they lead them. They open doors, they build careers, they connect with people and opportunities that move Atlanta forward. And now, you're invited. On June 17th, Project Management Institute Atlanta brings together the best minds in project management for a professional development day at Georgia Tech, packed with world-class speakers, hands-on learning, and the kind of networking that changes careers. Whether you're a longtime Project Management Institute member or you've been to an event, this is your moment. Register today, members and non-members, at PMIAtlanta.org. That's PMIAtlanta.org. June 17th, Georgia Tech. Be there. PMI Atlanta, because great leaders never stop learning.
America is turning the big 250, and at Mr. Plumber, a cool rate company, we're celebrating with a deal worth saluting. If your water heater is starting to show its age, making odd noises or just not keeping up like it used to, now's the perfect time to call Mr. Plumber. For the month of June, save $250 on a new tank-type water heater and enjoy more hot water, more comfort, and more savings. Mr. Plumber is also offering $50 off any weekend appointments. See him on the web at MrPlumberAtlanta.com.
Once again, this hour's keyword in WSB's A Grand for Gas giveaway is J-O-Y, joy. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/gas for your chance to win $1,000. So the Georgia gas tax break ends
at 11:59 tomorrow.
All right, so we have one more day.
That's right.
I better go fill up. I got
Yeah,
about a
thought
quarter.
you might like one more day, but we can't afford to not do it no more.
What are the prices?
Well, it's going to go up
366.
Yeah, it's what?
I paid $366 the other day.
Oh, that's really
okay,
good.
so when you add 30 some odd cents to it, we're talking about
$4.10.
something close. You're in the $4 area there.
That's what we are.
Yeah,
It
well,
was like $3.50, and then it went down to
Well, the
$4.10.
longer we get, a lot of people don't realize this. When stuff leaves the Strait of Hormuz, and I'm no expert at it, but just reading about it, takes months.
Hey, I
So-
talked about that on one of the doctrines that
Yeah,
you
I
were
heard you
there,
did-
and I really did a great job.
I heard you did a great job
explaining it.
Everyone understood it better.
It's as fast as a bicycle goes.
Yeah, it takes
On
months.
the ocean,
It's
though,
like
a
4
ship.
months or something, And so when we started this thing, we had, it was about speculation, and we got to raise prices because we don't have enough fuel, and we got to, but we're getting on to where it's going to be, well, now we don't have any, at least coming from the Strait of Hormuz. We have other areas that we get some from. What is it? And we don't get as much as a lot of the West does, and a lot of maybe even China. But 40% of the crude for the world, I believe,
20%.
20%. So 20% for the world comes through there. It doesn't affect us straight up. And Trump keeps saying that about supply necessarily, but the truth is, oil is a commodity. It's a world commodity. So the price is set by the world. And when you have scarcity of 20%, everybody in the world is going to have to pay more. And we're just now getting into that cycle, the bicycle that Autumn was talking about, to where that stuff would be getting here about now. So it's quite possible that we would see some pretty steep rises. But I think the governor is right to do this.
The state loses revenue.
Well, I mean, after a while, if you can keep doing this, then the citizens got to say, why are we ever paying a tax? Well, obviously, this is being used to pay for things. Now, the pandemic was different because no one that was alive at the time. I guess there was somebody who had been around in 1917, but
We wore our
almost.
masks. I wore my mask like a patriot.
Almost everybody alive had never seen anything like the pandemic, so we didn't know. It wasn't about policy so much. It was this thing was happening, and so didn't he keep suspending it during the
I think he did
pandemic?
it 2 or 3 times.
Right, but now this is about policy. This is about the president of the United States started a war that the people didn't even know was going to happen, really, let alone support it. And because he started that war, that's why these prices are like this. And so in that situation, you can't because of policy. Now, when the president was saying this will be over in 2 weeks and 4 weeks, as a governor, you can say, all right, well, we'll just suspend the gas tax and we'll get through this. But what's obvious is, as all things from this administration, do not believe it when it's said. It's the smartest thing. Maybe you'll be wrong a time or two, but the smartest thing is just not to believe it when it's said. So he's doing the right thing. If we need this gas tax to build roads or whatever it is that they build with it, then you can't just get rid of it willy-nilly. Something like the pandemic is a non-understood thing. We don't know how long this is going to last, whatever. But this is a reaction to policy of a Republican president. And that is not good enough. If you want gas prices to come down, call everyone you know in Congress or call your representatives and say, end this war. If you want your gas prices to go down, end this war. Easiest way to make it happen. Even then, it'll take like 3 or 4 months to really get them all the way down. Alex Williams has better news on I-20 in West Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta Fire Rescue just left the scene of this crash, and it's all off to the right, Eric. I-20 westbound, Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 53. Delays back toward Lowry Boulevard will start to improve. Once you get outside the perimeter, it's a little slow just west of Riverside Parkway out through Lithia Springs. Some eastbound delays, especially in the right lanes between Fulton Industrial Boulevard and 285 and into Cobb County. I'm watching some delays both ways on I-20 between 285 and Panola Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
How many times has saving a few bucks actually cost you a fortune? Your garage door starts squeaking and you think, maybe I'll just lube that up myself. I'm pretty handy. You get out your trusty spray can and you give it a good squirt. Next time you open the door, your little puddle of chemical goodness goes up over the car and drips onto your paint. That eats through the clear coat, and now you're spending $1,000 to get the whole top of the car repainted. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians service your door with dedicated garage door track and wheel lubricant. Greases the wheels, doesn't drip on your paint job. Don't underestimate having your garage door looked at by a professional. Service a couple of thousand garage doors and you'll learn a thing or two about doing it right. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage. We'll tell the missus you helped out, so you still get credit for being handy.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate. And there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Atlanta at 404-480-9606. 404-480-9606. That's 404-480-9606. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationatlanta.com.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding thin and dull hair and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 5:30. I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news brought to you by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story. Cobb County says the deal is off with the city of Mableton over police services. Here's a report all new at 5:30.
Well, after both Mableton and Cobb County approved the agreement last week, County now says Mableton is asking for something new. So they sent a letter to Mableton saying the deal is off. As for the reason?
Mableton's concern is how certain misdemeanors would be handled in our state court, which is our current construct.
Cobb County Commission Chair Lisa Cupid says, though, they'll continue to respond to 911 calls regardless until the two sides work out a permanent deal. Keith Gromo, 95.5 WSB.
83 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. A severe thunderstorm watch is in place until 10 p.m. for some southwest metro counties, including Carroll, Coweta, Spalding, and Fayette counties. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Governor Kemp's office says he is allowing the current state gas tax suspension to expire at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. The suspension has been in place since March, and it's been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon at the pump. AAA's Montre Waiters says prices will rise within a couple of days.
Drivers are going to just really have to do some things differently, plan ahead when it comes to these pump prices and that increase.
She says the full market impacts will be felt over the coming weeks. AAA puts Metro Atlanta's current gas price average at $3.88 a gallon for regular. A federal judge has granted Fulton County's motion to unseal the Justice Department's case against the county, which aims to collect the personal information of every person who worked the polls during the 2020 election. County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts believes the whole case is unsettling.
I think this all was designed to harass us, to intimidate the workers, and then to put a chilling effect on them, meaning to discourage them from wanting to work as poll workers, and even for voters to go to the polls.
He hopes the release will lead to more transparency in this case. Marietta police arrest a 19-year-old accused of shooting at his 16-year-old ex-girlfriend. It happened at an apartment complex off of Bells Ferry Road. Police say the girl was sitting in a car when she was shot at multiple times. The SWAT team later arrested Khalil Barnett. He's in the Cobb County Jail on charges charges of aggravated assault and cruelty to children. The judge overseeing the trial of the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk will allow media to be inside the courtroom during the upcoming hearings. Tyler Robinson's defense team wanted the hearings closed because of pretrial publicity. Robinson appeared virtually today. Another hearing is set for June 12th. Rescuers are working to save two men who remain stuck in a cave in central Laos. Correspondent Britt Clanette reports they are hearing sounds of knocking from inside the cave.
The rescue divers, they're now using ropes, water pumps and 3D mapping and trying to rappel down and reach the remaining two men who they believe might just be trapped in a chamber deep inside that cave.
5 men who were part of this group were rescued over the weekend. The wet weather we've been having is expected to result in more mosquitoes.
Conditions are right, says UGA Public Health Specialist Elmer Gray. For larger mosquito populations, he recommends getting rid of any standing water around your home, as mosquitoes carry viruses like West Nile. How to protect yourself?
DEET is still the gold standard. It is very safe. It's been approved for use on children as young as 2 months of age for a long time.
Also, avoid being out at dusk and dawn, as that's when mosquitoes are most active. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The death of an Atlanta homeless man inspired a documentary that makes its debut tonight.
The film is called From Grief to Action, Justice for Cornelius Taylor, and it examines the policies that brought about Taylor's death in 2025 during a homeless encampment sweep by city workers. City Council member Kelsey Bond and housing advocate Allison Johnson will be on the panel for a public Q&A after the viewing. Advocates have been calling for justice for Taylor and more dignity and support for the city's homeless population. A red carpet precedes the 7 o'clock screening at the Plaza Theater on Ponce. A reservation is needed, but the event is free to the public. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It's 5:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is watching the roads in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, Jonathan, refreshing the ride to the northern suburbs. Not a terrible ride this evening on I-75 through Marietta. A few brake lights as you approach Highway 5. Then it gets a little thicker up into Kennesaw, but it's going to get much better once you clear Highway 92 in Ackworth. 575 northbound, sluggish into Woodstock. Toughest of it on 400 northbound is in Sandy Springs, leaving 285 up to the North Springs MARTA station. 85 northbound, you're crowded in Chamblee Tucker up to Indian Trail Road in Norcross. Then looking for new trouble, 85 northbound before Highway 317, exit 111, causing brake lights back to Sugarloaf Parkway. 316 eastbound, you're still catching the brake lights from Highway 124 in Lawrenceville out to Highway 29 there in Decula. Just all volume getting through those intersections with the stoplights. Luckily, no crashes in the way. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy skies for this afternoon, high 85, monitoring for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to potentially move through the metro area this evening. The time frame would be between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Some of these storms could be capable of producing heavy downpours as well as an isolated damaging wind gust or two. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, highs in the low 80s. Then drying out for the rest of this week. Sunshine all the way through Saturday with morning lows in the low 60s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
78 degrees in Smyrna, 80 in Snellville, and it's 83 degrees in Midtown Atlanta. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Steel Horse Law, true motorcycle accident specialist. SteelHorseLaw.com.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
Summer storms may come and go, but the savings at Dr. Roof are here right now. Mark Aaron back with you. If your roof needs repairs, replacement, or just a professional inspection after those pop-up thunderstorms, now's the time to act. Visit drroof.com. Check out their summer specials on roof repairs and new roofs. Dr. Roof's helped homeowners protect what matters most with trusted service and quality craftsmanship. Don't wait for the next storm to find out if your roof has problems. Go to drroof.com today.
A few stories. Yeah, we have. Yeah, stop that. That is the harshest sounding ticking clock ever. But
that's the 60 Minutes clock.
It's the 60 Minutes clock. Because I just saw this headline again. We talked about it in the first hour that they want Joe Rogan to replace Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes.
Wow, that's nuts. Hey, bring that up, Jamie.
The seconds are ticking. The minutes are ticking. We only have.
Wow. Look at the way that gorilla's ripping his face off. Oh, no, the chimpanzee. Oh, no, the chimps. Nah.
Look it up, Jamie.
Look it up, Jamie. Put it up.
We ran out of 60 minutes.
And
that's our show for today.
We ran out of minutes.
That's insane. What about the aliens?
We can. Hey, look. I think everyone agrees. Not enough aliens stories.
Certainly not on CBS.
On 60 Minutes. We need more coverage of things that don't exist.
Why are there so many shows about UFOs?
Nobody remembers that
I've
voice.
never seen one.
Jared, who's the voice?
I have no idea.
Oh my!
I might know. Is it the guy with the real big mustache?
No.
Who's that?
No, that's I can't remember his name. You talk about the reviewer.
Yeah.
That's Gene Shalit, who was on the Today Show.
Yeah. No.
I love Star Wars.
Yeah. See?
That was Andy Rooney, who was he was so famous in this country for so long.
Everyone tells me I need more friends. I have enough friends.
George has never heard of him. Nope. I mean, really, we are just
heard of him.
We are
He was
ephemeral.
great.
We are ephemeral. The only people that are remembered are presidents and kings, queens. Honestly, entertainers, performers. It just goes away. I mean, I don't know. Maybe in 100 years, people will listen to the Beatles. Maybe they won't be. I don't know. But what I do know is that no one remembers Johnny Carson and no one remembers Andy Rooney. And these people were still with us in the 90s. It wasn't like 1950.
He was on 60 Minutes from 1978 to 2011.
That's
wild.
He did a little piece at the very end. It was all by himself from his office. And he was a curmudgeon. He would basically complain.
I don't know about DMT. In fact, if I took it, I really wouldn't want to talk to the shadow people.
One time I remember he did a mea culpa. Do you remember the one that was for? When Kurt Cobain died, or he killed himself, and everybody was going crazy about how we'd lost this genius, whatever, and he was like typical Andy Rooney. He's like, I don't care about Kurt Cobain. And it was actually quite interesting that somebody else had died that week who was some kind of scientist who, I can't remember what it was. He may have cured malaria. I have no idea with his ideas. And the thing he was pointing out is nobody's talking about this guy. And, of course, this guy, Andy Rooney was like 70-something at that time. He was not a Nirvana fan. Yeah. But it was the one time I remember the week later, he must have gotten so much guff. He had a good point. He had a good point that this other guy that you've never heard of probably affected your life and everyone's life a lot more. A decent point about how entertainers kind of, you can love Taylor Swift, but ultimately, the person who created the medicine that saved your mother's life is probably more important, but you don't know that person's name.
But
but her music is my medicine.
Yes.
That is true. Maybe Taylor Swift was a bad example because she's so wonderful.
So good. Yeah.
So wonderful.
That song is catchy.
Yeah.
It sounded great.
Catchy songs. You know what? I refer to her as a songstress. I love her so much.
I put a little peyote in Leslie Stahl's coffee, and we had a little party of our own.
You ever see that? In
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald
From
used
a
to
pilot that never aired.
He used to do a great Andy Rooney.
Yeah.
And also Charles Kuralt, who was the guy who was on Winnebago. George and Jared could never know about this guy. He was in a Winnebago, and he was
On the road.
On
with
the
Charles
road.
Kuralt.
And he would go out and he'd find just normal people. He'd find people in the Midwest, do stories. You know, like the family in the farmhouse who they adopted 17 inner city kids, and they live all on the farm. Like stories like that. He'd be traveling around the Winnebago. Then after he died, they found out that he had 2 different families. He had been responsible. He'd put both kids, not both kids, but
both families.
Both families, the kids went to college and everything, but no one had any idea. He was just rotund guy. He was not like he was not the person that you would think would be out, what do they call it, catting about.
Yeah.
You know,
that Norm Macdonald bit, he goes, he's signing off for the final time. He goes, maybe I'll be catfishing, or maybe I'll be practicing a little thing called autoerotic asphyxiation, a little thing Eric Severide turned.
But this
completely nuts.
This guy was like Mr. America. He was, I don't know, not that he was a writer or something, but and also Andy Rooney, although he was a curmudgeon, they were Mark Twain-y. You know what I mean? They were like Americana.
Yeah.
You know, and then one guy dies and you find out he had 2 separate families who did not know about each other. That's what happens when you put an old fat white guy in a Winnebago and just let him loose across the country. He's going to start procreating.
Maybe he has a lot more that we don't even know about.
That's a possibility. Although it was interesting to find out that he funded both families, but he lived with this lie with both families.
I'd like to think that now they're all on good terms, and maybe they have great family reunions.
Maybe they are.
Oh yeah, they're a big happy family, like the Brady Bunch.
Yes, and he's happy that
Just without dads.
he got he got his Winnebagos. He got his Winnebago and his trip around the country long before the internet, because this stuff would have been found out
for sure.
Like these people didn't even know. You know,
Mo Rocca's not doing that.
when did he take his place?
No,
for a while, but he was kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, kind of. Ed Bradley probably knocked some boots.
Ed Bradley, man, that guy had an earring when he was 70.
Yeah.
You knew he was cool. He liked jazz.
Yeah. And Bob Dylan.
Hey,
Andy Rooney was upset that Kurt Cobain's death was pushing Richard Nixon's declining health out of the news cycle.
Was it that?
Yeah.
I seem to remember it as being like a scientist or something. I think I would remember if he brought up
He
Richard
also
Nixon.
resented the fact that it was a suicide and said that,
Yeah.
we should be mad at him.
Well, the next week he apologized. And you know when an old curmudgeon has to apologize?
I'm sorry.
It's coming from the heart.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay employed for a little while.
But isn't it amazing? Just don't worry about it. If you're not a president or a king or a queen, just assume that 20 years after you're dead, no one who didn't know you while you were alive remembers or thinks about you at all. No matter how many awards you got, no matter how many times, no matter how great your ratings were, entertainers are ephemeral. They come and they go, and people, one generation on.
Poor Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, he's already forgotten, except for, by Anderson Cooper, who thinks it's the greatest tragedy that ever happened in the history of tragedies. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 75 South in northwest Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right. We're watching this crash, 75 southbound, just before Northside Drive, Howell Mill. It is in a left lane next to the HOV lane. That is really stacking up that ride back before Moore's Mill. And thanks to the DOT, just found a new stall in Gwinnett County, 85 northbound before Lawrenceville Swanee Road. The left lane next to the HOV lane also blocked with this one. Delays filling in behind it as you leave Highway 316. Still a slow go of it into Sandy Springs on 400 northbound. It's just volume that finds you just north of I-285. But once you get past the North Springs MARTA station, it improves. You'll encounter a few more brake lights out of Alpharetta into Forsyth County from Windward Parkway up to McFarland Parkway. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We've all been there.
Bumper to bumper all the way back before.
Counting the minutes before we know we're going to be late because we couldn't count on a traffic app.
Crash knocks out 4 left lanes, including the express lane.
There is one thing you can count on. Triple team traffic on WSB.
3 right lanes shut down.
We know the highways. We know the streets. And we know the shortcuts.
Avoid the area by taking Buford Highway as an alternate route.
And all you need to do is listen.
More experience.
More reliable. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Triple team traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
It's that time of year again. When school's out, traffic finally takes a breather. It's also the time many families relocate to a newer home before the next school year starts. This is Scott Slade. If this is you or you're thinking to refinance to better terms, MyLend is my place to go for all your home lending needs. Right now, more homes are on the market, giving buyers more choices than they've seen in years. MyLend is helping buyers move forward with smart mortgage strategies designed for today's market. Their loan experts will walk you through the process and explain everything clearly, allowing you to shop with confidence. The folks at MyLend have seen it all, and this is why so many Atlanta real estate agents trust them to refer their clients to them. And it's why I trust them too. Call MyLend. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's mylend.com, spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLand is an equal housing lender.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan. For the people.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peach Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Thou pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
You've heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But Rufus from Finley Roofing is not your typical dog. He loves new tricks. It's Ashley Frasca for Finley Roofing, the roof guys. After over 3 decades of impeccable roof replacement, they're now proud to offer windows and doors. They can live up to the Finley name. That's why Finley only partners with top-tier products like Provia windows and doors. Custom built for your home, designed for maximum energy efficiency. You get airtight seals, lower bills, long-term performance with no warping or cracking. And even the best windows need a great install, and that's where Finley separates from the rest. They'll treat your home like it's their own with 5-star service and high-quality installation, plus upfront pricing and 0% financing available. So now, when you think of Finley first, they're a triple threat with roofing, windows, and doors. Get started at finleyroofing.com.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
We are calling the podcast today Plastic Patriots, I take it.
You also have a honorable mention, quote, don't muck up the algo. That's pretty good, too.
But Plastic Patriots came organically.
That's
right
really
there
good.
on the
That's
spot.
really good, too.
And I just thought, wow, I like that. That's what I consider MAGA. Core MAGA. Plastic Patriots. The people who are still, I don't mean anybody who voted for Trump. I mean the people who are still like, yeah, he made sense. He should tweet more. Plastic patriots. They go, oh, come on, how can you say that? Well, because you can't call yourself a patriot and be at odds with the Constitution of the United States. See, I'm a host of the show. Sometimes I have to teach people. It is impossible to be a patriot and not have fealty, loyalty, and all-around love for the Constitution of the United States. So if you're pushing back on it and you're like, hey, that Constitution isn't letting my favorite president do what he wants to do, that's a plastic patriot. You can fool yourself, but you can't fool me. If you call yourself a patriot, but you're at odds with the Constitution of the United States, you need to look at in the mirror, so that you can see someone who is not a patriot looking back at you, because you are a plastic patriot. Your fealty, your loyalty, if you're actually a patriot, goes to no man, no woman, but a document called the United States Constitution, or the Constitution of the United States, if you really want to grab me. But that's just the way that it is. And if it upsets you, that's you know what? Into every life a little rain must fall. You'll get over it. But I've got to live my life calling it as I see it. And as I see it, it is impossible to be a patriot if you are at odds with the Constitution of the United States. Yes.
Eric wants Iran to get a nuke. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, by the way, let me just go on the record on that.
I'm sure we got to open
Since I want the Iran thing to end. Yes, of course. You didn't bust me. I told you. As everyone knows who's listened to me on the radio since here in Atlanta since the 90s, everyone knows that Eric Von Hessler absolutely, his biggest dream is that Iran gets a nuke. So you can just kind of keep that to yourself.
You said that in '79 before they even threw out the shot.
Right. I was like, give him a nuke. Yeah. Remember me? I was like,
everybody gets
you were the nuke guy.
I was the nuke guy. Everyone understands that. So
there's a restaurant called Nukes. I think you started it.
I started it, and I was hoping that the Iranians would pick up on what I was laying down. But I've got a 30-year history of saying that the most important policy in this country has to be making sure Iran gets nukes. You know that. So that's not some empty, vacuous, non-intellect response to what I said to you. Oh, no, wait, it is. It is. It's absolutely that. If you're saying, oh, Eric wants Iran to get a nuke, that means you don't understand what it is to debate ideas. Right? At what point did the people who do understand what debate is supposed to be, at what point do these people just tap out? You know, it's like, well, I'm not going to debate somebody that doesn't understand what debating is. If their response to my disagreeing with them is, well, that means you want America to lose. Huh?
Now you just walk away from
it. Okay, what?
Your TBS is
okay,
showing.
I get it. You're dumb. You're old. You have enough disposable income to really think the only thing that matters right now in America are the culture wars. Oh, I get it. You're going to be dead in 25 years. You've got a bunch of money. You can afford the inflation. And so really you're voting only based on, you know, who can play in certain sports and be in bathrooms. By the way, I'm not saying those are non-issues. I'm just saying stacked up against the $40 trillion in debt, it slides down the list of priorities. That's all I'm saying. If we had no debt, maybe you could start there. It would be a priority. But as it is, you're so dumb and you have so much income that you can ride out the inflation that you can be convinced that right now in America, the most important thing are the culture wars. That's not true. The most important thing in America right now, as far as policy goes and danger goes, is being $40 trillion in debt, and I'll bet you haven't brought it up at a cocktail party in the last 5 years. Alex Williams says there's trouble on 85 North in Sewanee. It's funny, I was looking at Alex, and as I was introducing him, thinking, boy, you better get to that microphone very quickly. And he ran.
I wouldn't miss your toss, my friend. Hey, Eric, right now we are watching this trouble up in Sewanee. Car stalled out in the second left lane. That's the lane next to the HOT lane, 85 northbound, just before Highway 317, Lawrenceville, Sewanee Road. Tow truck is on the scene, so hopefully that'll clear up shortly. But that's the reason for the extra pressure on the ride from Sugarloaf Parkway. Now, heading into Midtown, that crash I was watching, 75 southbound before Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252. That was in the second left lane. Police, fire got on scene. They got it to the right shoulder, but now they're holding the right lane, so that's keeping 75 south stacked up from West Paces Ferry Road. Traffic brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
There comes a moment when you look at your aging parents and think, I just want them safe. I want them at home, and I just want them cared for. Maybe your mom wants to stay in the house she lived in for 40 years. Maybe dad just isn't ready to leave his garden, but you know they can't do it alone anymore. It's Belinda Skelton. I recommend Atlanta-based Four Seasons Home Care. They specialize in helping your loved ones age in place in the comfort and dignity of their own homes. With caregivers you can actually trust, every single caregiver is thoroughly background checked and carefully vetted, because Four Seasons knows when someone steps into your parents' home, they're stepping into your family. Don't settle for just anyone when it comes to the people you love most. Do what I did when my parents needed help. Choose trusted, compassionate home care. Choose Four Seasons Home Care. Google and then call Four Seasons Home Care today.
Hi, it's Sue from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minute. Over the past 30 years, we've seen countless lives change for the better and health issues greatly improved, if not completely resolved, by customers changing their diets, starting with real bread. At the Bread Becker store in Woodstock, we can teach you how to make real, delicious bread loaded with fiber and nutrients from real whole grains. A healthy, affordable solution for your family that can change your lives. For various customers, we've seen cholesterol levels drop 85 to 100 points in just 1 month, blood sugar stabilize, anemia corrected, and hundreds of stories of warts going away. In one case, as many as 500 warts gone in just 2.5 weeks. I have a degree in food science, and for more than 30 years, I've studied the incredible health benefits of whole grains and real bread. Let us help you take the first steps to better health. Visit breadbeckers.com or our Bread Beckers store in Woodstock.
Hey friends, it's Mark Aram, and this is for all my listeners who are struggling with hair loss. I'm sure you've tried the lotions, pills, creams, and potions. With so many options and doctors out there, who are you going to trust? What's really going to grow your hair back? The Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair is an incredible breakthrough. Receding hairline, thinning hair, bald spots, Advanced Hair offers a simple, quick, one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And get this, Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow. Works for men and women across all ages, and there is no one in hair restoration I recommend more. For your free consultation, call 470-660-HAIR. If you move forward, you'll also receive $500 off. 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with a team that has redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that guarantee. Check out incredible before and after pictures at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Good evening. The time is 6 o'clock. I'm Jonathan O'Brien. This news is brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate, our top local story. Get ready to pay more when you fill up your car. Governor Kemp says he will allow the current state gas tax suspension to end tomorrow. The suspension has been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon since late March. Montre Waiters with AAA Georgia says prices will go up almost immediately.
Once the gas tax suspension expires, Georgia drivers could begin to see higher prices probably within a day or two, with the full market impacts likely becoming more visible over the next couple of weeks.
She says drivers should sign up for loyalty programs at gas stations and consider where you're driving in order to save some money. 83 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards is tracking the potential for thunderstorms this evening.
A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect through 10 o'clock this evening for the southwest metro area, including Carroll, Coweta, Fayette, and Spalding counties. A line of thunderstorms will move through this region, and some of these storms may be strong to severe, with damaging wind gusts as high as 60 miles per hour. Large hail is also a possibility. The storms will be out of the area by 10 o'clock this evening.
Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. We're hearing today from Fulton County's top lawmaker after a judge agrees to unseal its case over the Justice Department demanding election workers' private information.
The Justice Department is demanding the identity ID, address, personal contact data, and more about every person who assisted with the 2020 general election in Fulton County. Fulton County Chairman Rob Pitts calls it unsettling.
If they are afraid to work, if they're afraid to vote, that diminishes the turnout and it helps others. And so we're going to fight against that, and we're going to fight with everything we have to protect their personal information.
Pitts says it's critically important the public can follow this along.
And we'll take this little victory for what it is, a small victory.
Both sides are filing legal arguments in the coming weeks. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Cobb police have made an arrest after a body was found at a vacant Kroger on Cobb Parkway last month. Micah D'Angelo Garner is charged with concealing the death of James Connell and giving false information to police. An arrest warrant shows investigators believe Connell was killed nearly 2 weeks before his body was found, and that delay hindered the investigation. Garner remains in the Cobb County Jail without bond. Doctors in Central Africa say they can't keep up with the flood of Ebola patients needing care.
Doctors Without Borders calling the outbreak deeply alarming, adding, never before has an Ebola outbreak recorded so many cases so soon after its declaration. Suspected cases now topping 1,000 and growing rapidly.
Matt Rivers reports health officials in Brazil are awaiting test results on 2 people who recently returned from the region. U.S. health officials say the risk to the public remains low. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office warns 3 credit card skimming devices have been discovered in dollar stores across the county since February, and many more could be out there.
Investigators say these card skimming devices are looking to steal shoppers' banking and card info. They appear to be targeting EBT cards and those that require a magnetic strip rather than tap-to-pay or chip technology. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office warns residents to be vigilant by checking for damaged keyboards and card readers. You can also gently tug on the card reader to see if it seems loose. Call 911 if you suspect the reader has been tampered with, and don't use it. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
A raccoon tests positive for rabies in Gwinnett County. Animal Welfare Division Director Katrina Hellman says it was near Biltmore Oaks Drive in Bethlehem.
It appeared that the dog had gone out in the backyard and the raccoon had attacked it. It's a very odd situation to happen. There was babies that were present, so not initially like right off the bat rabid raccoon, but it was acting odd and it did stay in the area.
Hellman says the dog is vaccinated and safe. Rabies is transmitted through saliva and is also seen in foxes and bats here in Georgia. And America's second largest teachers union is calling for screen bans and AI limits in schools. American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten says their goal is simple.
Limit the Chromebooks in schools. Limit AI-facing information in schools, and let's actually substitute it with applied learning, active learning, music, art, projects, and things like that.
Georgia already has cell phone and personal device bans in place for all public K-12 schools. It's 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes, but first, let's check your drive home with Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Still clogged up out of there through Northwest Atlanta into Midtown. Jonathan got that crash working in the right lane. 75 southbound approaching Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252. That's what's jamming you up from West Paces Ferry Road. Stall all gone in Swanee out of Duluth, 85 northbound before Highway 317. So that ride should start to get better. If you're traveling I-20 eastbound into Cobb County, we're still watching the volume from Wesley Chapel Road out to Panola Road, then off to the races after that into Lithonia and Conyers. And the West Freeway, I-20 westbound, just some very scattered brake lights from Fulton Industrial Boulevard out to Thornton Road, exit 44 there in Lithia Springs. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy skies for this afternoon, high 85, monitoring for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to potentially move through the metro area this evening. The time frame would be between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Some of these storms could be capable of producing heavy downpours as well as an isolated damaging wind gust or two. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, highs in the low 80s, then drying out for the rest of this week. Sunshine all the way through Saturday with morning lows in the low 60s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
Storm Tracker radar showing some rain showers all the way from northern Cobb into Douglas and Carroll counties along I-20 there. Heavy rain down in LaGrange. It's 77 degrees here in it's 77 degrees in Dunwoody, 80 degrees in Stockbridge, and it's 83 here in Midtown Atlanta. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
Right now.
Oh, there he is. Greg Rush joins us.
Welcome.
I don't know if you were listening before you came on, or if you're just too damn busy.
I was listening, but the 30 minutes before I came on, I was sitting down. I got up quickly, and my leg immediately went numb. It wasn't like I wasn't sitting on my legs.
Are you dying?
I fell asleep. That's what. So the last 30 minutes, I was a bit preoccupied, worrying.
What did you Google it or something and find out that you may not be dying?
It must have been a nerve thing, but I wasn't sitting on my leg. It was just sitting normally.
You know, I
got up
remember
quickly.
I used to have this before I became a front wallet guy. I had an experience like this. I had a big, thick wallet. I had it in my back pocket, and I took my mother to a Talladega race, and I was sitting on that hard, like kind of the whole time, and I lost the feeling in my foot, and I was like, "What's going on? Am I going to die here?" And I'm not even driving. And then I realized that the wallet had kind of pinched a nerve or something.
Yep.
That went down there. So you probably were just like sitting in a wrong position.
That's what I'm hoping. It's not a blood clot. It's just sitting.
We do have things called doctors. You could go. Do you have a doctor?
I had the show to go to. I do have a doctor.
I don't have a doctor. I need to get a doctor, but because I'm getting old, and I know that I've been lucky so far, but I probably should get a doctor. so he'll know me when he sees me, or she'll know me when she sees me.
Well, as you start to see more specialists, you need that central doctor to provide that information.
Yeah, their job is just a hub, just to tell you, hey, go see this guy.
Or if you have a cold or whatever.
Yeah, and also to say, hey, that might be more than a cold. That's what I need.
Yeah, the PCP.
In my life. PC.
Your primary care physician's the one that's going to give
I thought
you
were talking about the drug that Rodney King was on. No?
It'd be ironic if your PCP was on PCP.
That's right. Yeah.
It'd be a fun appointment.
You walk in, he punches you in the face and
eat your cheek.
Let's not get PCP mixed up with the bath salts.
Well, it's pretty.
PCP
you could be
makes
violent on it, right?
Yeah, violent. It makes you feel like you're a super person.
Okay.
Isn't PCP just like a horse tranquilizer?
Angel
that's
dust.
ketamine. Yeah,
that's
ketamine.
angel
Ketamine is the horse tranquilizer.
And angel dust.
Angel dust is PCP.
Okay, that's what. I don't know. Rodney King was famous and he was on it.
You usually sprinkle it over joints and smoke it.
Is that what you do?
Well, that's what they do.
It's also a type of pneumonia, PCP.
Look at that. Hey, listen, before we go further.
So you could have PCP and go see your PCP who's on PCP.
It's a possibility. It may not have ever happened, but it is a possibility. And
on the way in, you walk past a construction site where they're working with PVC.
Yeah.
Pipe.
And you just think, wow, my life is perfect.
Yes.
Everything
coming together.
Everything is just rolling off the tongue. No, I wanted to say about the little rant I went on, and it maybe could come off as very anti-MAGA. Actually, it's
Plastic Patriots rant?
Yeah, because in reality, remember, this is the left too. MAGA just has power right now. Remember a couple of years ago when the left, remember all these stories about how young people on the left, like, the First Amendment is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll bet you they're glad it's there now. So there's a lot of, wiping the backside with the great document known as the Constitution of the United States. But what you find out is when the shoe's on the other foot, you're damn glad it's there. So when the shoe is on your foot, am I doing the analogy right? How about even if it's not the greatest thing for you on a day-to-day basis, you protect that document? How about that?
Well, they will when they take power again. You know they're going to be straight.
Oh, yeah. They're not going to do any of this Trump stuff,
No.
right? They're not going to say climate change is an existential threat, so you can no longer have a gas stove, right?
No.
They're not going to do stuff like that
They don't
because
have
they don't
any
like Trump,
extreme-
right?
right.
So they're going to reject everything that he did, right? They're not going to, yeah, right.
They don't have lunatics like that guy in Maine.
Oh, and this
yeah,
guy.
that guy's
How about
wild.
this
He'll
Democrat?
probably win.
What's this guy's name? I don't know.
Plattner is his Graham. Is it
Graham?
Graham?
I think?
Graham Plattner, I think.
All right, so this guy is the everyman. He's the working man,
Veteran.
Democrat, veteran.
It is Graham Plattner.
He just so happens to have an SS tattoo, literally. And he's a Democrat. Let me ask this. Okay, I've gone after the Republicans enough. Let's go on this old trope about the media. Imagine a world where any Republican candidate for statewide office in the country, so for Senate or for the House, any Republican candidate had an SS Nazi tattoo on their body. If you only watch the news 2 times a week, you would know about that. Now, I can't prove a negative, but you know I'm right. If a Republican, remember that guy who was running for state office in Missouri, and he said the thing about rape, something about God, and you remember this going on? This one,
he said put the aspirin between your knees.
Was it that? But I mean, he made some kind of thing about rape being. I can't remember how he did it, but
we heard all about
biblically a positive thing. I can't remember exactly what he said. This guy was running for a state house, not national, not going to the Senate or the House. And he became the biggest story in the country for some district, whatever, seat in Missouri. You can't tell me that if there was a Republican running anywhere.
We heard all about Pete Hegseth's tattoos.
Yeah, but that's a different tattoo, troubling in a different way.
But I'm just saying, we got a breakdown. We knew all about them.
Exactly.
We knew what they were.
But this guy might possibly give the Senate to the Democrats. So it ends up being, he's got an SS thing. He didn't know what it was.
That's what he said, right? I was going to say I was drunk.
Yeah,
he was drunk. Country.
Yeah. Name the Republican that sells that story to the mainstream media. And it's accepted.
Well, he got it covered. He couldn't get removed, I read, because there's no removal places in Maine. The fact that that's even okay. You got it. You decided to have it. But he said he was going to remove it. So that's fine.
Here's the other thing is I think he got it years ago when he was in the military, right?
Yeah, I think he was in his 20s when he got it.
Okay, so when did he just cover it up? Before he ran for Senate?
No, just now.
Now.
I think he said once it came to light that he had it and he did the whole, I didn't know what it meant, I'll get it removed. He realized where he lives and in Maine, he can't get it removed.
When did he saying that he realized where it meant? Last week?
When he got caught.
Yeah, it seems to me that even in the night, if he was drunk and he got it, he probably within a year knew, like he's showing it to somebody. And you go, hey, that's an old SS. Wouldn't you immediately go, okay, I'm going to go get some, I'm going to get like one of those, I'm going to get a QR code put there as a tattoo. I'll just put it over it. Or
something,
anything.
Okay, he says, so he's had it for 20 years. He's never been questioned about it. He had no clue what it meant because when he enlisted in the Army, he already had it, which requires an examination for tattoos and hate symbols, and they let him through. So he just never thought about it.
I think it is it's not something that everybody, obviously, if you see like a swastika, you know exactly what it is, no matter who you are. This was a little more SS centric, right? So maybe not as many people know about it.
It was the design that the guards of the concentration camps wore on their uniforms.
Oh. Okay, well,
it's not a good thing. I think it's known.
All right,
if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Where is the tattoo parlor that has? Hey, by the way, if you want to wear what the guards at the concentration camps,
he was in Poland.
Oh boy,
that's where he got it, in Poland.
I wish you could have said Ukraine, and it all would have.
Made sense. Sorry. I just looked that up. Croatia. I thought it was Poland.
Croatia. Same time.
Oddly, the one country in that area the Croatians sided with the Nazis.
Yeah.
The Bosnians and Serbs did.
So did Ukraine for a while.
Yeah.
I believe.
I believe.
I just say things that I believe in, even though it might, Can you look that up? I do believe that Ukraine was with Hitler for a while.
They were for a while.
If you were to see the tattoo, you would know what it is.
What's that?
If you were to see the tattoo, you'd know what it is.
I don't know. Put a picture of it up. I don't know that I would.
It looks like a
But if I was in the military, I'd probably have more of an idea of what it meant.
It looks like a wolf that's like wound up, if that makes sense. Like it's not like the traditional
I thought it was a skull.
Yeah. I thought it was a skull. And
I'm looking at it right now. I see like the top of a wolf's head, and then its feet on each side, and then it's kind of like there's like a black part in the center.
He
that's
does
the cover up.
Is that what he used to cover it? Okay.
Oh, what's he turning? Turn it into a dolphin.
It looks like a Celtic symbol now. But it was a Totenkampf, which is the skull and bones.
So, again, let's get back to the real point here before we have to break. I can't prove a negative. No one can. But does anyone believe that any Republican candidate would have a story like this about their tattoo and that it would just be bought by the media? Like, oh, it's okay. Cover every single one of them exactly the same way. It's easy. It's easy to be a good reporter. All it requires is you not giving a damn who wins. Maybe it's not so easy. Alex Williams says 75 South is still slow into Midtown.
Hey, this ride not so easy. Eric, 75 southbound, been dealing with the crash before Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252. I believe they got it mostly on the right shoulder. Hard to tell around this big tree, but at times they're still in that right lane. That's why you're slow from Moore's Mill. 85 southbound, brake lights start below Georgia 400. Stays jammed up down to 17th Street. Then just moderate volume continues past that as you clear Atlantic Station and Georgia Tech down to I-20. But still slow northbound, 75, 85 northbound. You're bunched in from University Avenue up to Peachtree, Pine Street. It's just volume there. And if you're traveling on I-20 eastbound into Cobb County, toughest part of that ride is between Wesley Chapel and Panola Road. Traffic brought to you by Summit Racing Equipment. Rev up Father's Day with gear head gifts from summitracing.com, or give a Summit Racing gift card. Plus, enroll in the rewards program to get more power in every purchase. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You know WSB gets you around Atlanta with our Triple Team Traffic.
Now we've got $1,000 to fuel your ride. It's WSB's A Grand for Gas.
Listen for the keyword at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5.
You'll have 30 minutes to enter that keyword at WSBRadio.com or the WSB Radio app.
One lucky listener wins a grand for gas. Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
WSB's A Grand for Gas.
From the station that gets you where you want to go. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's free gas station.
Closing on your new home? Congratulations! Peach State Hardwood Floors has a housewarming gift just for you. $1,000 off your floor replacement, plus 12 months of financing at 0%. We handle everything from helping you select the perfect floor to delivery, installation, and final cleanup. No stress, no surprises, just a home that feels brand new. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at peachstatehardwood.com. Peach State Hardwood. Hardwood without the hassle.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee. 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Let me guess, you had a window company come out, sat at your kitchen table for 2 hours, and by the end of it, you felt trapped in a price that made no sense. I hear that story every single day. Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and we built this company to be the opposite of that experience. No pressure, no games, no inflated pricing, just factory direct windows and honest pricing backed by our unlimited warranty. And right now, we're stacking it. Buy 2 windows, get 2 windows free, free installation, and no payments until 2028. You can finally see what windows should actually cost. You have nothing to lose and everything to save. So go to windowcomfort.com and book your free, no-pressure estimate today.
Better prices, better views. Window Comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope. Echoes that become second chances. Love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
If you had an encounter with the police and feel like you've been treated unfairly, George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. George will guide you through the legal system and work to get your charges dismissed. DUI? Hire the attorney that other attorneys hire. GeorgeStein.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
I don't know if anybody heard me caterwauling there.
Sure, Bill Crane will have a lot to say about that tomorrow.
Yes. Well, we were just talking about off the air is that this guy Spencer Pratt. I don't know anything about him. I remember the show that there was a show called The Hill. Is it The Hills?
The Hills, yes.
But I never watched it. I knew people who watched it a lot and loved it, and loved this guy and his wife, Heidi Montag.
Wasn't he always the bad guy in these shows?
I don't
these
know.
reality shows.
But this was like
that guy, yeah.
Hills was different, right? It was like scripted reality, right? It was like they were somewhat actors. I never watched it, but I will say, and I don't know if he would be a good mayor of Los Angeles. But is he running for mayor? Yeah, he's running for mayor.
Yes.
I will say this: he is running for the right reason. He's running because he lives in Los Angeles, and as a result of the wildfires, he lost his home. And he does not believe the government did a good job, and he's blaming partially government response to the fire as the reason he lost his home. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know if he's smart, if he's dumb. I don't know, but I will say this. He's running for the reasons that you're supposed to run for office in this country as first conceived, a citizen who has some problem with the way things are being run, they throw their hat in the ring. Maybe they win, maybe they lose. If they win, you find out if they got anything in them. Can they solve? Listen, it's a lot easier to diagnose than to give a prescription that heals, right? It's a lot easier to say, hey, this is wrong. Actually leading a administration that fixes things is very difficult. So even if somebody identifies a problem, you don't know they're going to be the one. All I'm saying is he's running for the reasons. You're not supposed to decide when you're 12 years old. We celebrate these kids who decide when they're 12 they're going to be politicians. That's not the idea, to be a career politician. It's supposed to be, hey, I think that I don't like the way this government's, I think I can do it better. And then if you win, we find out if you can or not. Anyway,
I saw an interview on Friday that I'm going to send to you, Eric, because I watched the entire 20-minute interview. I always thought he was going to be a goofball. I didn't think it was a very serious campaign. We're not in L.A. I'm just not as interested in that mayoral run. But I found myself watching the entire thing and wanting more from him because he was talking about something that impacts us here in Atlanta, and that is the homeless population, and talking about how a lot of these people in L.A. especially, they need medical attention. They need real help. They need not wards, but they need places where they can go and seek medical attention. And who else is talking about that now?
Exactly.
Nobody else is
you
talking about that.
You got to get points just for talking about the things. Because it seems like homelessness is something just en masse with the politicians. They just said, it's too hard.
Yeah.
It's too
Skid
hard.
Row in L.A. is absolutely insane. There's no other city in this country that has something like that going on.
But it's crept out, right? Like it's like if you can live in neighborhoods where down at the end of the street there's a tent.
Yeah.
Yes.
And homeless. I don't know how. I'm assuming that's not happening much in Beverly Hills, but it might be in some areas.
It's under overpasses too. No, it's crept out. It's not just Skid Row, but Skid Row in itself is insane.
I've never been there. I lived in Los Angeles for 3 years.
You didn't go visit?
I didn't
Give
go to
soup?
I actively avoided areas of the city that paranoid friends told me to never go near.
Spencer Pratt was saying that he went down there to provide aid to some of the people that live in Skid Row, and he got sick for 3 days after being down there because of just the diseases.
Well, that just tells you right there. It's like, and then it's such a failure of government. There are first principles and first priorities. Wherever you're governing, whether it's a city council or if it's a school board, whatever, you have your first priorities. And with the homelessness out of control all over the place, I got to say this class of politicians just plain sucks. But it's more than that. They now know they can get reelected without solving it. And whenever they look to solve it, it seems really, really hard. Now, that should be the reason you become a politician. I want to do the hard things. I want to do the difficult things. If I don't get reelected, so be it. So be it. We need more of those politicians. That's the politician you want. I think I can do a better job, but if I don't get elected, so be it. I'll do something else for a living. That's when you know you've got a thriving constitutional republic. We couldn't be further away from it now. Alex Williams is checking the ride on 285.
Not a terrible one, Eric, but I am still seeing a little bit of volume. 285 eastbound, the inner loop between Dunwoody and Doraville, as well as southbound between Tucker and Clarkston. West side perimeter, 285 southbound. That ride's definitely still bunched up into the work zone. South Cobb Drive down to I-20. Now we got a crash, again, here in northwest Atlanta. The north side drive southbound ramp to I-75 southbound is blocked as they try to clear it up. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Now through June 15th, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with the same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes, fees extra after 12 months. Regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Attention men. Are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Last year, we had 295 trials where we'd been offered a total of $90 million on all those cases. When the dust settled, we had recovered over $1.1 billion in verdicts and mid-trial settlements. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won a lot, $30 billion and counting. The best part of all those wins is that it helps you when you hire us. All those wins allow us to let the insurance company know we mean business. And believe me, they know who we are. If you've been injured, Google Morgan & Morgan results. You're not bragging if it's a fact. 3 million people tried to hire us last year alone. That happened for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com and let's get started this minute. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peach Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Thou pound law. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 6:30. I'm Jonathan O'Brien with our top local story. Governor Kemp's office says he is allowing the current state gas tax suspension to expire tomorrow night. The suspension has been in place since March, and it's been saving drivers 33 cents a gallon at the pump. AAA's Montre Waiters says prices will rise within a couple of days.
Drivers are going to just really have to do some things differently, plan ahead when it comes to these pump prices and that increase.
She says the full market impacts will be felt over the coming weeks. AAA puts Metro Atlanta's current gas price average at $3.88 a gallon for regular. Currently 83 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. Evening rain showers and thunderstorms are possible in some areas of Metro Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts is applauding a federal judge's unsealing of its case involving the Department of Justice. They're pushing back as the DOJ subpoenas the names and private information of every worker and volunteer from the 2020 elections.
I consider it to be a small victory for us. I mean, the case is not over by any means, but we're concerned about transparency.
Pitts calls this another effort to discourage working and voting in Fulton County. Both sides are filing briefs after a court hearing earlier this month. The judge overseeing the trial of Charlie Kirk's accused killer rules today that media will be allowed inside the courtroom despite defense objections. Legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer says this decision is likely because Kirk was such a public figure.
I think the judge saw that and said, this is a type of case where the public is going to demand transparency, and the best way to do that is to allow for cameras to be in court during this preliminary hearing.
The next court date is set for June 12th. A federal appeals court rules that the Pentagon illegally banned transgender troops from military service.
In a split decision, a federal appeals court in Washington, D.C. said the Trump administration's transgender military ban is likely unconstitutional and, quote, appears to be driven by a bare desire to harm a politically unpopular group.
Correspondent Peter Haralambous reports while the decision barred the Pentagon from expelling transgender soldiers, the court did allow the ban on transgender recruits from joining the military. The wet weather we've been having means more mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes carry viruses. The biggest concern in the metro area is West Nile. In addition to West Nile, Elmer Gray, public health specialist with the UGA in Athens, says there are other viruses to worry about in Georgia from mosquitoes.
Eastern equine encephalitis is another virus that can be transmitted by mosquitoes. That's more serious, has a higher fatality rate, and has lingering effects in children. And then lacrosse encephalitis is one more in the upstate here.
Your best protection, insect repellent with DEET. Mosquitoes are most active at dawn and dusk. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Investigators are putting out a warning after 3 credit card skimmers were found in machines in Fayette County. Detective Kevin Zai says many more could be out there, and you should look out for the warning signs.
If the tap-to-pay sensor where you normally tap your phone or tap your credit card on, if it appears to be intentionally broken or have a hole drilled through the center of it, then there's a reason they're trying to make you swipe your magnetic strip instead of doing the tap to pay.
If you see a suspected skimming device, stop using the card and call 911. Apple is about to make it easier to go out to dinner with your friends.
Apple planning to have a new iPhone service, part of Apple Cash, that allows users to split bills for group dinners. Now, you could take a photo of the receipt, assign each item to whoever ordered it, then generate an exact payment rundown according to what everyone had. Look for the update in iOS 27. That's the iPhone operating system expected in the next few months. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
And Serena Williams will make her return to tennis next week. The 23-time Grand Slam champion announced she will play in the doubles tournament at the HSBC Championships in London. This will mark her first competitive tennis match since losing the 2022 U.S. Open. It's 6:34. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is watching the roads in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Trying to clean up the ride around the metro interstates right now. Jonathan, still seeing some brake lights, 85 north out of DeKalb and Gwinnett from 285 up toward Indian Trail. But right now, I'm looking at an overturned truck crash shutting down the North Side Drive southbound ramp to I-75 south in northwest Atlanta. That means you're going to need to use Howell Mill or turn back around on North Side Drive northbound. There you can access I-75 south. Elsewhere, over on the I-20 ride in DeKalb County, it's cleaning up nicely. Just a few taps of the brakes left over between Wesley Chapel and Panola Road. The West Freeway, same story between Thornton Road and Lee Road, exit 41 there in Lithia Springs, while 285 south, the outer loop on the west side, that's going to remain slow through that work zone starting just south of South Cobb Drive. All that traffic trying to transition onto I-20 westbound in Fulton County. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy skies for this afternoon, high 85, monitoring for a line of heavy rain and thunderstorms to potentially move through the metro area this evening. The time frame would be between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Some of these storms could be capable of producing heavy downpours as well as an isolated damaging wind gust or two. Lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with a few pop-up storms, highs in the low 80s. Then drying out for the rest of this week. Sunshine all the way through Saturday with morning lows in the low 60s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s to low 80s.
Storm tracker radar showing some rain showers in Douglas County and into Carroll County and just over the Alabama line. 76 degrees in Vinings, 77 in Lovejoy, and 83 here in Midtown. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It's Scott Slade, and here's how the team at Ragsdale Heating and Air can get you ready for the hot and humid days of summer. If it's time to replace your air conditioner, conditioning system. The Ragsdale System Design Specialist can give you a quote today and have your new system installed as soon as the next day. And you'll be confidently comfortable for the next 15 years with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty on your new system. You can trust Ragsdale for all your heating, air, plumbing, electrical, and insulation needs. Schedule online at ragsdaleair.com or call them. Ragsdale is the name I know you can trust.
When you run a business, no day is ever the same. One moment you're working on improving your employees' experience, the next you're putting out an unexpected fire.
Can I get the report?
With all the hustle and bustle, it's easy for energy management to fall to the bottom of the list. With Georgia Power's Commercial Energy Efficiency Program, you can get rebates on high-efficiency equipment upgrades, helping you save energy today and money for whatever tomorrow brings. That's one of the ways we're here for Georgia businesses.
The Steel Horse Lawn name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies. We make them pay.
You've probably heard that constipation and IBS can all be related to a lack of fiber in your diet. Hi, it's Sue from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minute. If you or someone you know suffers from constipation or IBS, let the Bread Beckers show you the way to more fiber and regularity and to better health without swallowing a pill or a bad-tasting drink. At the Bread Becker store in Woodstock, we can teach you how to make real, delicious bread loaded with fiber from real whole grains. A healthy, affordable, and delicious solution for your family that can change your life. This is not like the enriched bread you buy at the grocery store. It's real bread. I have a degree in food science, and for more than 30 years, I've studied the incredible health benefits of whole grains and real bread. So if you're struggling with bowel issues, high cholesterol, warts, or kids who seem to be constantly sick, take the first steps to a healthier life. Visit breadbeckers.com or our Bread Beckers store in Woodstock.
I think we can all agree that nerd sex is hilarious. Always has been.
Yes.
Always will be.
Especially in Revenge of the Nerds.
Well, I never saw Revenge of the Nerds, and yet I still know. Can you believe that I never saw that? It was in the 80s. I was living.
You were.
I was living. Anything that was big in the 80s, I probably didn't see.
You were 20 in 1984, right?
Yeah. So I was just at house parties and living a life, not going to the movies, not watching whatever was the most popular thing on television. But nerd sex, I don't have to see Revenge of the Nerds to know nerd sex is hilarious. Always hilarious. This story now about Bill Gates. So Bill Gates, I guess now people, this is getting out. This was a few months ago at a big employee meeting. I remember covering it at the time. He was groveling because, with the Epstein files out there, everybody had known that he was close to Epstein anyway. And so now we know the details. And during this meeting, he mentioned that his wife, who filed for divorce, Melinda, when that happened, in her divorce filing was evidence of 20 extramarital affairs on his part. He admitted in front of the people, I think the whole thing was dour. I think immediately all the employees thought, well, at least probably 17 or 18 he did. He admitted to 2. He admitted to having an affair with 2 Russians. Now, one of them, the reason I say nerd sex is hilarious, number one, the idea that this Bill Gates, if he didn't have 85 gazillion billion trillion dollars, I mean, look at this guy. He's a catch. It shows you in a woman's eyes how much dollars make you look better. That's one thing. But nerd sex being that one of these people, so one of the people he had an affair with 2 Russians. One was an employee at, I think he has some sort of nuclear power plant somewhere. I don't know. He's an employee at one of his plants. And the other was an up-and-coming bridge player. I just love the idea.
What?
Yeah. And by the way...
Is there like a league, a professional bridge league?
Oh, yeah. It's like,
I met her at her old folks' home. Seriously, what?
So, yeah, this is a young lady, sort of a Greta Thunberg lookalike.
Oh, yeah.
But,
oh, my gosh. Wow. Unheard to me.
How dare you?
How dare you?
So, there's first of all, it's funny. So, Bill Gates is having an extramarital affair with a bridge player who's not 80. That's hilarious. And also that you could get turned on at a bridge tournament. But what I learned in reading this that I did not know is that Epstein, I never know what to say. Epstein? Brian Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Epstein. He funded the Bridge Academy.
Oh. Well, it's a great place to meet hot chicks.
He has a nuclear power company, Terra Power. That was the other Russian that he had an affair with. It says here, Gates met Antonova in 2010 at a tournament, a bridge tournament. Sexy. While the Russian met Epstein seeking financial backers for a bridge academy, Epstein, I buried the lead here, Epstein later paid for Antonova to attend software coding school. He paid for Bill Gates' mistress to go to coding school. Now, first of all, if I'm Bill Gates and I want to make this go away, I don't need an arrangement like that. Look in your checking account. Shut up and never speak my name again. And she's like, well, I'm too independent for that. And then she goes to her checking account and there's $20 million. I think I'm just going to shut up about this and go on. Like, that would be if you were in that situation. But instead it goes to Epstein, and Epstein, first of all, has something to do with the funding of some bridge academy. And then he pays for her tuition to go to coding school. He's Bill Gates. Maybe after a little fun and nonsense, you give her a lesson. You should know about coding. You're Bill Gates.
And you know what's so messed up is he's been very open about how he wasn't going to give any of his fortune to his kids. And then
he couldn't.
I have too many whores to pay. It's not my fault.
Oh, money can
Wow.
Money can make you look so much more handsome than you would without the money. You know, actually, Bill Gates, outside of the Epstein and all of this nonsense, you know, if that part had never come into the story, again, you just never. I would say to kids in elementary school, be nice to those that look like the losers. There's no way that Bill Gates was not a booger-eating kindergartner. It's not possible.
Well, you know,
look at him. This kid in kindergarten was a loser.
You pay attention to that, and you won't be thinking about the genetically modified mosquitoes I'm releasing everywhere.
That's Google, I thought.
Or the ticks that make you allergic to meat.
Isn't? And by the way, the fact that Epstein paid for her to go to coding school means that he knew that she was his mistress at the time, or maybe had been his mistress.
He probably introduced them.
Maybe, but it makes that story about Bill Gates wanting to mix in some kind of antibiotics into his wife's
after getting an STD so that she wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
They're still denying that, though. They said it was absurd and completely false, the STI claims.
Okay, here's the thing. Once you've done all the other claims, you can deny something because you were there. At a certain point, none of this is absurd because Bill Gates having 20 extramarital affairs with his face is absurd. So you get to the point where nothing is absurd. Some things may have happened and other things maybe didn't happen. But when the more you read about it, you go, yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, you're banging the bridge player that's in the league that's funded by Epstein. It's getting weird.
It's getting weird, and I think I got an STD from this other Russian. So
did you know he had that deal? There was a deal in place where once a year, I think he cut it with his wife. Maybe she didn't like it. I don't know. Once a year, he'd spend a weekend with his ex.
What? He had an ex-girl. That's right. He had an ex-girlfriend before he got married.
They'd go on vacation just once a year for decades. They did this, and then they, I guess, would play putt-putt.
Here's the thing. Yeah, they did a lot of putt-putt. Okay, here's the thing. Never doubt this. Never doubt this. Once you open up your checking account and you see that there's north of $100 billion in there, you just simply get to do things. You know, maybe it took a while for his wife to step up. You know, she was an employee of Microsoft, wasn't she?
I think Melinda was, yeah. She probably didn't mind the affairs, but when she found out what he was tied to, that's what grossed her out.
Well, she thought Epstein was gross.
Turned her head.
Right.
And when she found out it was Epstein.
To a certain degree, if you're married to one of the richest men in the world, and I'm sorry, that's just where we are. The richest woman in the world, I don't know.
Was married to the richest man in the world.
Is she now the richest?
Well, I thought she was the richest woman on earth.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, because I know that was the biggest transfer.
Or Miriam
that was
Adelson
the largest transfer of money between two human beings of all time. in that divorce agreement. But I don't know how long it took her to, because here's the thing. It's not like Bezos' wife. Bezos' first wife helped him build the company. I mean, they worked out of the same garage. They were running down to FedEx with books and putting them in it. Like, she was a part of that. Melinda Gates worked in the industry and worked at Microsoft.
Yeah, she was a...
So she might be, because she didn't start it, like, maybe she was a little more like, hey, if you're married to one of the richest men in the world, you're probably going to have to put up with a mistress or two. I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying that's probably been the truth.
Like mafia women did.
Yeah.
Apparently, she was a product manager, and they were at a company dinner,
Hi.
and there were 2 seats left, and one of them was next to Bill, and she grabbed the seat.
Now, there you go.
How romantic. It was so romantic. I wanted her to take bridge lessons.
all of these guys. What do you think's going on in these yachts? Why do you think they have these super yachts? Because they're in international waters. Nobody can see them. There's no paparazzi.
If somebody slips overboard, hey, it happens.
You get your mistress helicoptered in. Nobody sees it happening. Alex Williams says the delays are improving downtown.
I'd like to bring the good news while we can, Eric. It is still a little slow. You don't be surprised when the brake lights find you on 85 South, just south of Georgia 400. But once you get past North Avenue, they're really going to start to improve. Still dealing with an overturned truck crash blocking the North Side Drive southbound ramp to 75 southbound. And I just found a new crash in DeKalb County. It's in the left lane, 285 northbound, the outer loop at I-20, exit 46. You're slow back before Flat Shoals. Traffic brought to you by Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. From incredible animals to an iconic brand, explore it all at Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. Just steps apart and under one deal. Get your combo tickets at AtlantaIcons.com. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark Arrow. I don't think this is just a black and white story.
Local.
These public defenders like, hey, get a real lawyer, man. I can't handle this.
Topical.
People that like the president think this is the greatest thing to do.
Mark Arrow.
That's one of many unanswered questions.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Heavy rain and severe storms have impacted our area again. How did your roof hold up? Hi, it's Dave Baker, host of the Home Fix-It Show here. Water is your home's #1 enemy. I recommend you schedule a free roof analysis with my roofer, Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. Check your attic, ceilings, drywall, and chimney. Any dripping water, wet spots, or water streaks? If yes, think of Findlay first. Get peace of mind with no obligation and no charge. FindlayRoofing.com.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope, echoes that become second chances, love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
The best trips are the ones you share. So get the whole family together to hike the trails, walk alongside dinosaurs, enjoy thrill rides at Dollywood, relax in a lazy river, and cheer for dinner shows, all in Pigeon Forge. Just visit the Great Smoky Mountains for incredible adventures and unforgettable memories that everyone will want to be a part of. Join the fun and plan your summer trip today at mypigeonforge.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell.
And I'm Monica Pearson. Dale and I have worked together for years, first at WSB, and today helping you find Georgia's best companies and sharing why they're the best.
Monica, one of the first companies I researched and recommended is Amco Transmissions and Total Car Care. For more than a dozen years, they've consistently met my 7-point standard and honored my Make It Right guarantee. And I know you believe in Amco just as much as I do.
People who follow my advice literally stop me on the street and thank me for referring them to Amco.
We all need mechanics we can trust for correct diagnosis, efficient repair, and fair price. Not just for transmission repair, but engines, brakes, check engine lights, and so much more. Call the locally owned Amco near you.
And I know their nationwide warranty protects you everywhere.
That's AA.
MCO.
Proud supporters of iPaw Rescue, a nonprofit founded by legendary business activist Carl Icahn, where 100% of donations go to saving dogs' lives. That's AA. MCO.
Hey, if you got weekend plans, make sure your home is ready for them. I called Wise Guys Pro Wash and boom, the house, driveway, and patio were spotless. They even cleaned the roof. I didn't even have to be home. They are truly professionals using the top equipment in the industry, and their soft washing kept my home safe and damage-free, and the results, incredible. Wise Guys has more than 2,000 five-star reviews, and I know why now. So mention me, Chris Chandler, for $70 off your next service. Book today at wiseguysprowash.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Very quickly before we get out of here, I know who this person is, but I've never done a deep dive, but he's one of these people that keeps coming up in my algorithm with that thing, so-and-so crushes, so-and-so humiliates. It's always like, so-and-so crushes Eric Weinstein. So-and-so crushes, humiliates Eric Weinstein. Like, what is this guy saying? What is it like? What is this? Isn't he just a physicist or something? Like, what is he saying?
He was a professor who kind of got
that was his brother.
Oh, that was his brother?
Says he's an investor and podcast host.
Okay.
Who is this?
Eric Weinstein. His brother was the one who got kicked out where the woke thing started.
Where they were haranguing him in his office.
Evergreen College or whatever.
Yeah.
Brett. But and at the same time, his brother, I just always thought he was a physicist or something. Some sort of scientist. I don't know. A guy that I can watch on Rogan for like maybe 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Not 3 hours?
That's one I don't even watch.
He never offended me. He never offended me. But I can't even, there's at least 5 of them in my algorithm if I go through it long enough where it's like, so-and-so humiliates. Again, it's like, do people understand we're losing everything? Because we're losing context. We're losing. The concept of a debate was never that one side crushes and humiliates the other.
Douglas crushed Lincoln.
The concept of debate is the audience gets to walk away having heard both sides, and then they make up their minds as to who was more convincing.
Too much work.
Yeah, I guess
I don't want to think about it. I'll watch a YouTube recap.
But it's
whoever gets crushed, that's the person I know to stay away from.
And then if you notice this, it can be 2 famous people on different sides of the culture wars, and you can find it's the same debate, or they were on the same show together, or they were on CNN when one guy, and you can find stuff that says one guy crushed and humiliated the other guy for people in that silo. Same exact appearance. You'll find other ones say, oh, the other guy crushed and humiliated. It's just a matter of, I want to see things that make me feel good about my worldview. That's not debate. Literally, are you going to waste your time for 15 minutes watching somebody tell you something you already believe tonight? Well, what I would respond to that with is, guess what? You're not really alive.
EVH crushes notion of podcast hosts crushing others.
Humiliated.
Tucker Carlson released.
You're not alive.
Someone on Tucker Carlson's team released a social media clip with that kind of headline. He was being interviewed by the New York Times, and it was pretty much along the lines of reporter regrets that she asked Tucker this question. And then you watch the clip.
I know
he
what you're talking.
disagreed with her. He
Yeah.
disagreed with her, but
Oh,
there was
yeah.
no crushing. There was
Yeah.
no destruction.
Yeah. There's so many things at play here just to get the click and get the 2 cents or whatever, and the silo thing is going on all at the same time. What is keeping us from? Here's the idea of a debate, people. You might actually listen to it, and your mind could be not maybe 100%, but you could change your mind on a few things because somebody was persuasive. In order for that to happen, you have to have a mind that is willing to be persuaded. But no, that makes you weak. Yeah. Everything makes you weak. Apparently, including waving to me when I let you in on traffic. Whenever I let people in and they don't wave, that's what I say in my car. Don't wave. It'll show weakness. All right. That music's telling us 2 things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. And you know us. We're good citizens. We do what we're told. We're not these plastic patriots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shelley Winter is up next. He's got a great radio show for you, as usual. We're going to come back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off the genie.
.656